players. Good start there from Oliver Evans. So 206 pretty much standard across these runners. Friedrich, one of our top seeds, and he's sitting in beautifully as they do settle. So our pacer, great pacing there. That's an example of how you do it. Just edged forward. Now Friedrich takes up the running with the pacer. So very fast start. They were sub 30 through that opening 200. So they're setting off on sub 2 minute schedule. And Ariel Friedrich looking their goods here as he just goes with Stocky. Pacing well, so Liam's just nice and comfortable on that inner lane. Ariel just needs to settle down because the pace is on. Friedrich, then Evans. Next one on the track is our second Len Huntley runner there in Walker. Seeing a big run there, so it's about a 58. Pacing's done his job. Now Friedrich leads the race on his own. Evans chasing, Walker in next position, then it is Fulton. Yannick moving nicely. Then we have Sabojek. And our Scotch runner there, Van Onselens. But they're all going well. But gee, Friedrich's cleared out beautifully. And a big run here also from his teammate Walker. He's a 206 runner. Fulton also looking strong as they hit the 600 metre mark. But Ariel Friedrich out by about 8 to 10 metres on his teammate in Walker. They're starting to move away from the pack here, those top three. Fulton just trying to hang on to the heels there of Walker as they come into the straight. And Walker, I think, might be sensing blood as he comes into the home straight. So big run from Walker as Friedrich just starts to pay for the early pace. And his teammates just flies past him. So Flynn Walker, 206.5 is his best. Just going to be shy of the 2 minute mark. It'll be a massive run here for Walker. Also, Fulton's going to do a big one. 202 unofficial. Then Fulton. Friedrich hung on, and then Evans. Matthews in next position, then Van Olsen's the project. Also Yannick. And coming through there, Josh Turner. Big run there. Flynn Walker, Glenn Huntley taking out the H 800 metres. Devon Starvers, the women's G 800 metres. Station 2 from Wellington, Alicia Reid. Station 5 representing Knox, we have Tilly Morton. Station 6 also from Wellington, Cassie Farley. In 7, Sapphire Pratt. Taking Station 8, we have Kitty Wanganeen. Station 9 from Athletics Chilwell, Pip Harper. And in Station 10, Claire Hurley. 7 starters, women's G 800 metres. So 7 starters, Reid on the inside, having a good tail end of her season and starting to take the stagger. The outer lanes, you've also got Harper moving along quite nicely and Hurley really starting to make the move. So Wanganeen's just going to sit at the rear of the field as the pace just comes off and Reid will just edge her way forward. So the pace just easing there, so allowing the whole field to come back together again. So Alicia Reid, Wellington leads it through about 35, 36 seconds. So seat times here around the 2:27, 2:28 mark. As Reid now takes her position in front once again. You can see the taller figure of Hurley just sitting at the rear of the field. Wanganeen not too far off the back of her. On the rails, you have the Chilwell runner there in Harper. A good steady pace here set by Reid. Cassie Farley sitting to the outside. And now we're seeing Morton making her moves. To the inside, you've got Pratt. Now a little bit of a change in the lead as Tilly Morton starts to step it up as they enter the back straight second time. Reid's trying to go with her. And now Hurley makes the move. So Hurley in the black. Strong move down the back straight. Morton, Hurley, Reid. Farley now goes at 200, so big move there from Cassie Farley. Just put the foot down, has gone straight to the lead. So real acceleration there from the Wellington athlete. Hurley now deciding whether she's going to go around Morton or not, and she does. And now it will be Farley leading their way through into final straight. Cassie's coming in 227 is her season's best here. And we'll be Cassie Farley, let's say, looking at this here. And she comes in to take the win. The time check, 24 thereabouts. Now, sure I want to half up. Ben Hurley, next one through Morton. Really next to this one to and two our youngsters coming through now. Sapphire to come through the next edition, and it'll be Kitty Wagoning manning out field. G 800 metres.
Is that close enough? Yeah. You're only going to get the bang. You're not going to get both. Actually, my yell is probably loud enough for the hearing.
So we go to the first of our Dash for Cash events for the evening. It is the men's G 800 metres. So our winner will take home not only the St. Leia's socks, but also $100 for the winner of this event. We do have 7 starters. Xavier Madden, Glenn Huntley, Station 1 from Glenn Huntley. Fraser Lucas in 3. Station 4, we have Ethan Haller. Station 5 from Old Scotch, Henry Kerr-Lewis. Station 6 from Williamstown, Mitchell Parks. In 7, Chris Dale. And in 8, Hugh Parrott. They are our competitors in the men's G800, the Dash for Cash. The 7 starters here. Lane 2 vacant. Good start there, lane 3. Lucas Fraser getting out nicely. Also in the outer lanes, Parrott wearing the Doncaster kit. But surging through the field, Fraser Lucas being chased there. No one wants to really lose too much of the ascendancy. Settling at the rear of the field will be Haller. But they're through nicely in about 28 seconds opening. So 2:01, 2:02 seed times here. So this should be quite a competitive race. And we will see them coming in well under that 60 seconds through the opening lap. And they are separated by about 5 metres across the field at the moment. Fraser Lucas, Glenn Huntley leading the way. You can see Parks to the outside. Parrott's on the inside on the rails. Dale, a former Victorian steeplechase champion, sitting beautifully in that 4th position. And just behind him, Xavier Madden. Now Kerr-Lewis starts to wind it up as well. Parks in good position, right on the shoulder. Being boxed in a little bit there is Parrott, and we're seeing Dale now starting to make his way through, and also the second of the Glenn Huntley uniforms in Madden. So the breeze still just blowing a little bit. That'll be a headwind there going into right now. So this will test the strength as they approach the 600 metre mark. So clocking through at 1:28. So the sub 2 minutes is on. They just need that strength over that final 200. They will have the benefit of the tailwind. And Parrott is just tracking Fraser beautifully at the moment, who's done an awesome job just setting a great pace for this race. So they're challenge here is that sub-2, and I think we might get a couple under for the first time tonight. Parrott and Fraser battling. They're going to push each other to the sub-2. Dale also coming through nicely. So on the outside, Parrott. Inside, Fraser. Parrott will just take it. Probably 4 of them. Kerr Lewis, I think, might have got under as well. We'll wait for the official times. But great racing. Our first sub-2s here. And I'm going to give that one there to Hugh Parrott in the Doncaster kit.
Print called.
We'll wait for the official photo on that one. It was the Dash for Cash. A lot on the line there, but I reckon Parrott maybe just edged out at the end. But great racing there, Fraser Lucas, and I think that's his first sub-2. Great to see Chris Dale back on the track as well with a sub-2 at his age. Chris, I got you under 2, so yeah, that's good.
Something.
Yeah, that's exactly
Something
right.
getting
It's
there.
a very competitive race, that one.
I don't think these guys can hold it.
No, Lucas, I thought, was probably gone out a bit. He did.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So especially, he let it go to tape.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I thought I was like ready to make the surprise.
Six starters, the women's F 800 metres, and they are from Doncaster in Station 1, Ali Dyson. From Wellington Athletics in 2, Lily Marizzato. Alongside her in Station 5, from Mentone, we have Amy Joy Duncan. In 6, and it is her birthday, we welcome to the track from St Kevin's, Claudia Rowan Tierney. In Station 7, from Collingwood Harriers, Indiana O'Brien. Station 9 from Casey Cadinia, Annabelle Denton. They are your starters in the women's F 800 metres. So 6 starters here. Good start, Marizzato, also Denton, probably more familiar over the 400. So Annabelle in the middle lanes, just going forward nicely at the moment. The Mentone runner also with her there, it's Amy Joy Duncan, but gee, they're pretty well bunched as they do start to settle. I think Dyson now's trying to make her way through, and the birthday girl sitting in 3rd place. So Duncan leading through, 32, 33 perhaps as they went through the 200. So a very good start. They're all in the 223 to 225 range, this field. Now they're settling nicely, but the momentum's still there. Dyson happy to just sit one out, one back on the leader in Duncan. Rowan Tierney sitting beautifully on the rails. Not far behind her is our young Collingwood runner there in Indiana O'Brien. But they are all running beautifully here in this opening lap of the women's F 800 metres. There will be Amy Joy Duncan leading them through. Ali Dyson, as I said, just very happy to sit one out, one back. Marizzato sitting at the rear of the field. Denton back also, but let's see how she'll be tested over this final 400 metres. Now Rowan Tierney decides to make a bit of a move. Moves into 2nd because Duncan was just starting to slow down and Dyson took advantage of that. Tierney spotted the move and went for it. So it is Dyson. Rowan Tierney, gap to Duncan. O'Brien in next position, Denton and Marizzato. Now Tierney goes forward alongside Dyson, but Dyson will not give up the lead, making Claudia just go wide as they start to hit that 600 metre mark now. So 200 out, Tierney goes again, challenges Dyson. Dyson will not let her through though, but now we're seeing the strength of Tierney coming through at the top bend. We'll get the benefit of the tailwind wind into the home straight. And can the birthday girl take home the St. Leia's prize here today? But Dyson has not given up. This is still on. Tierney on the inside. Dyson to the outside. Claudia's now just edging wide, making it hard for Ali. It is absolutely on between the two of them. But Ali just has that little bit of strength over the final 100. And Dyson will take this out just over 220, 221. Great running from Rowan Tierney. O'Brien, Duncan, Denton and Marizzato in that order, but a very entertaining race there. with Ali Dyson from Doncaster. That could be a new PB for her, and definitely a season's best there for Claudia Rowan-Tierney. Probably could have been a race back. Could you hold that for me? Which race are we up to?
This is
Yeah, that wins
this year for your paperwork.
That's it. Men's F, 800 metres, 8 starters. Lee Martin takes station 1. Alongside him from Mentone, been a regular at Milers Club and improving with every run, Louis Benham from Mentone. In station 4, Angus Baker. Station 5 from Sandringham, Ned Skinner. Station 6, representing Keyless and Berners, David Matthews. In 7, from Melbourne University, Finley Barker. Station 8, from Diamond Valley, Glenn Imbriano. And in 9, representing Collingwood Harriers, Eric Reimers. That's your field in the men's F, 800 metres. So good start in the middle lanes there. Baker moving beautifully. Ben-Am now starting to move through the field as well. And Reimers from Collingwood surging forward as they go through or approach the crossover cone. So as they settle, Reimers, Baker on the inside, Martin in next position. Matthews making a good move also as they start to come together a little bit as they hit the opening 200 in 29 seconds. Eric Reimers leads the way. Skinner moved himself into third position just off the back of Baker. Ben-Am going wide early, wants to be in good position as they come into the home straight first time. But Eric Reimers taking the shortest possible route around this Box Hill track here this evening. On the inner rail there, Skinner in good position, just stride for stride at the moment. Ben-Am to the outside of Baker. Martin on the inside. You've also got Imbriano moving nicely. I didn't get a split, but it was close to that 60 seconds, so maybe not as quick as I'd expect. Skinner looking good here. Ben-Am's moving into third. Now we're seeing Imbriano making a move as they hit the 300 out. Reimers, Skinner, Imbriano. Baker and Ben-Am in next position, then Matthews. 128, maybe 129 going through the 600. So this will be close on for the sub 2. None of these guys have got it this season. So let's see if either of their runners out front. And I think Skinner might have the goods here. So Ned Skinner in the Sandringham kit. But Imbriano absolutely flying home in the outer lanes as well. We might once again get a few under 150 on the clock now. Imbriano, now Baker goes. So big run from Baker. Skinner on the inside. But it will be Baker who takes it just under. And Ben-Am right on. Next one will be Matthews, then Reimers. Martin in next position, and then a Baker. But we'll wait on the electronic timing on that. Maybe if you got the sub 2, I think Ben-Am right on the 2 minutes. But once again, an entertaining race in the men's F and another sub 2 minute performance there. Next event, the women's E 800 metres, 5 starters. Brianna Coffey, Yarra Rangers, takes station 1. In 3 from Glen Huntley, Arabella East. Station 4 from Old Scotch, Phoebe Grant. In 5 from Athletics Essendon, Freya Brown. And in 7, multi-Victorian champion, probably 20 or more Victorian championships over her time as the multi-eventer. Big welcome to Box Hill from Nunawading, Maddie Tarabay.
On your marks.
So Coffey on the inside, East just to the outside of her, Tarabay the outer lane. So Maddie will probably wait for them to come through and then settle herself. But Phoebe Grant moving beautifully as well in the red of Scotch. So approaching the crossover cones. Tarabay will now start to drift across. Coffey trying to make her way through. She's got Brown just in front of her. And I think it might be Grant to push forward. I think Maddie will just let her come through there, or Joe, just sit on the outside. This is allowing Brown and also Coffey and East to make their way through. About 33 seconds through the 200, and Phoebe Grant leads the way. She's a 220 runner. So seed times here around the 220, 221 mark. So Tarabay sitting in 3rd position now, as we see Brown, Freya Brown really going for it here. So Brown really picking up that pace. Brown, Grant, Tarabay follows through. So Maddie's taking a wide line here. She'll need to try and drift into the inside rail. And Brown will lead them through. About the 66, 67. That's a good opening 400. Tarabay and Grant running side by side. Coffey really looking to pick it up as she hit the bell. East in next position. But Brown... Now, I think watch Brianna Coffey here, because she's the one, if she's got the momentum, she's going to go straight into 2nd position and start the chase on Brown. So Coffey into 2nd. Brown up by 10 metres. Tarabay and Grant been locked together, but now we're seeing the strength of Maddie Tarabay come through. Gap then to East. But out front, Brown now down to a 5-metre break over Coffey. Tarabay, Grant still running stride for stride, 200 out. So approaching home straight now. Coffey, I thought, had the goods here, but now it's Maddie Tarabay who moves back herself into 2nd. Great hit out over 800 as Maddie eyes off the national championships shortly in the multi-events. But it will be Brown, it looks, but Tarabay coming strong. Brown, Tarabay. Tarabay will take it. So 219, under the 220 mark there for Maddie. Coffey very strong, just didn't have that last 100. Grant, great racing from her too. And East coming through right on the 230 mark. But a good win, Maddie Tarabay. Sets herself up nicely for the Australian Championships. A very decent hit out over 800 metres. Men's E 800 metres event number 14. Station 1, Keelos and Berners, Caleb Hurst. In 2, representing Doncaster, Hamish McLennan. Station 3, from Wellington, Oscar Woodhouse. Station 6, from Diamond Valley, we have Brodie Batt. In 9, we have Oliver Bowden. From Collingwood Harriers, Station 10, William Lewis Lyons. And Station 11, from Athletics Essendon, Branford Boater. So 7 starters in the men's E 800 metres. 158 to 159 the seed times here. And it will be Bowden who starts to set the pace here, and it is a good pace. The inside is Hurst from Keolis and Bernards. Chasing at the moment is Lewis Lyons in the Collingwood black and white, and to the outside of him is Brodie Batt as they, I wouldn't say settle because they are still charging down that back straight. There's no settling whatsoever as Lewis Lyons wants a piece of the action out the front, and he takes it. So it's Lewis Lyons alongside Bowden. He won't let him through. This pace right on at the moment. So Lewis Lyons is coming in for 159.2. Bat sitting in third position, right in contact. Then we have a little bit of a gap back. And that is our Keolis and Bernards runner in Hurst. But it will be Lewis Lyons who's setting up a decent pace here. He's probably going to go through in 56 mid. Bowden with him. Then Bat. Now we're seeing McLennan start to make his way through. He's got Woodhouse just in front of him. Hurst and also a Boater. So two races here, but we're seeing Woodhouse trying to bridge that gap. Brodie Batt's right on the back of him, right in the action now as well. So race in three out front, and the chase is starting to come through. Boater starting to make his way through with McLennan. They're going past Matthews, but out front, Lewis Lyons has been impressive. Bowden not too far behind him, and Bat also in the picture. 128 as they go through the 600. So the sub-2 once again on here. 158, 159 are the seed times for the entire field. So they should all be able to get under that too. But I think that top three, and Bat makes his move. So Brodie Batt into the home straight, striding beautifully. This is a good run from Brodie Batt, and he's really polishing this off beautifully. So a big finish here for Batt. It's going to be a massive PB, I'd say. Just watch the clock here. It'll be a 56. Lewis Lyons, 58. Bowden also under with Boater. Woodhouse, McLennan, and also Hurst. They will have to wait on times there. But a great run, Brodie Batt. Big finish. And hopefully a brand new PB for the young man from Diamond Valley.
I don't even know which line. White and green. Sorry? White and green. White and green. Yep. If you can see the white and green. Let's go.
Men's D800 event, women's D800 event number 15. My apologies. 9 starters. Zoe Clark, Yarra Rangers, takes station 1. Alongside her from Melbourne University, Amber Lowe in 2. From Box Hill, Stephanie Condigonis in 4. Michaela Ward, Box Hill in 5. Station 6, from New South Wales, we welcome Jerusha Jason. Station 7, from Box Hill, Alessia McGrath. Station 8, representing Mentone, Sarah Hastings. Station 9, from Mentone, also Celestine DeBarg Tamai. And Station 10, from Sandringham, Matilda DeYoung. 9 starters, the women's D, 800 metres. So fairly even start. DeBarg Tamai now starting to push her way through and taking the stagger on the runners to the outside. Sarah Hastings also in the Mentone kit into the outer lanes. And as they settle, it might be Alessia McGrath, perhaps the Box Hill runner, who's going to take up the running here. Jerusha Jason sitting midfield there, the runner from New South Wales. 31 seconds as they go through the 200, so a good opening here. McGrath setting it up. Now Jason decides she wants to be part of the action out front. She comes alongside Hastings. So we'll just pick up our runners as they come through, but a good opening 400 this will be for our women's D 800 metres. So just approaching the 60-second mark now. And my apologies, it's Michaela Ward leading the way. So it's Ward, DeBarg Tamai, Clark into next position. Lowe, watch for a big finish from Amber Lowe. She's now alongside Alessia McGrath. Jason in next position, then Condigonis. Hastings, and then a De Young. But out front, we're going to see some change here. Zoe Clark, she takes up the running here. So Clark moves to the front. Ward in next position. Now it is DeBarg Tamo who challenges. Lowe's in good position as they hit the 600. Condigonis also making a way through. Very unusual to see Steph over the 800-metre distance, usually running a much, much longer. But it is Zoe Clark leading, but stride for stride at the moment with DeBarg Tamai. And Lowe normally does have that big finish. And Condigonis is coming home strong. We're seeing the strength of the distance runner. Jason in next position, but out front, Clark still leads it. DeBarg Tamai's been there the whole journey. Can she hold on here? But now Lowe, the trademark big finish from Amber Lowe, just sat back beautifully. And Amber Lowe will take this one out. It's going to be about the 2:16 mark. Good running there from Clark, Condigonis, DeBarg Tamai. Jason under the 2:20 mark. Ward in next, sorry, it was McGrath, then Ward, and also De Young in that order. And Sarah Hastings coming across the line. But great running there. And Amber Lowe takes another win at Milers Club. Eight starters, the men's D 800 metres. We have from Diamond Valley, Station 1, Cameron Ellis. Alex Brain from Old Zavarians in 2. In 3, representing Box Hill, James Taranto. Station 4, we welcome from New Zealand, Alex McCorkindale. In 5, from South Bendigo, Jake Hilson. Harvey Williams in 6. From Doncaster, Joel Denny in 7. And from Athletics, Nunawading, Shevin Hetriarchi in Station 8. So some good experience in this event, including Taranto sitting in the midfield. McCorkindale comes in with a 156 to his name, and gee, they're very evenly spaced. Taranto, I think, pushing forward. Cameron Ellis been racing very well this season, so Ellis on the inside is pushing Taranto forward. Brain in next position and in a very good position. You can see the black uniform there of Harvey Williams just starting to make his way through, but boxed in at the moment. McCorkindale just off the back of him. Denny and Heteroarchi at the rear of the field, but Taranto setting the pace. Alice, I think, content just to sit there at the moment because Taranto is putting the foot down and they are moving nicely. So they're all about the 156, 157 mark. So Taranto's going to set this up beautifully. They're probably going to come through at about 55, 56. So high 55, low 56 there for the majority of the field, and 58 there for Heteroarchi at the back of the field. So they're moving beautifully right now. Taranto, Alice, Brain. Hilson in next position. Likes a bit of hustle and bustle down the back straight. And it will be McCorkindale in next position. Denny's making a good move. So nice little move there from Denny down the back straight. Gets onto the back of McCorkindale. But Taranto just starting to stretch them out now. Taranto. Alice. Now Hilson starting to make his way through alongside Alice. He's got Brain just behind him. Denny in next position. And Hetriarchi is the one who's now making another move. So Taranto has led all the way. Hilson looking strong. He'll go wide. So will Brain as they come into the home straight. Time check. It's 1:48. So it's going to be a good run here from Taranto. Brain to the outside. Gee, they're all coming home strong. Taranto will take it. Then Brain, Hilson, Denny, Heteroarchi, Alice, McCorkindale, and Williams in that order. So very interesting. I didn't get the time in the end, but I think that was relatively quick. And great running there from our winner, James Taranto, led all the way. So a very good confidence booster for James. No, I've got full field. So next up we have the women's C 800 metres, 8 starters. Station 1, representing Glen Huntly, Frankie Hyde. In 2, from Box Hill, Harper Fraser. Station 3, from Doncaster, Lucy Kearney. In 4, representing Deakin, Isla Bradshaw. In 5, from South Bendigo, Chelsea Tickle. Station 6, from Box Hill, Ella Fallon. In 7, one of the standouts from this season from Wellington Athletics, Yuki Braybrook. Alongside her, one of going potentially for another Australian record here this evening. Representing Glen Huntly, it is Yvette Cordy. They're your starters in the women's C 800 metres. So good start from Kearney. Also Fallon to the outer lanes. But once again, fairly well spaced, well grouped here. And this is, apart from, I think Yvette will just sit herself at the back. Yuki's going up a grade or 2 or 3 since when she started at Milers, but she's now attached beautifully as they come together. With no one really want to take the lead. Now Yvette's stuck on the back of them as well. So someone's got to take the ascendance here, and it is Bradshaw who makes her way forward. Tickle to the outside of her. Braybrook then sitting in next position. But it will be Isla Bradshaw setting pace here. They're all 2:14 through to 2:16 runners. As I said, we're looking at Yvette maybe going for another Masters record here this evening. Conditions are actually really improving. That breeze has dropped remarkably here on track, and it's still warm air. So great conditions for 800 metre running. Isla Bradshaw, Chelsea Tickle, Ella Fallon. To the outside, you've got Harper Fraser. Stuck in the middle, you've got Yuki Braybrook. Lucy Kearney not too far behind her with Frankie Hyde and also Yvette Cordy. Now it starts to open up as Tickle makes a move. Tickle, Bradshaw. Fallon in next position. Kearney makes the move. She's the next one to go down the back straight. And now we'll see Cordy to start to eat through that field. But it will be Chelsea Tickle and Isla Bradshaw leading. Gap now to Fallon in next position. Braybrook trying to make her way through. She's got Hyde to the outside of her. So 140 at the 600 metre mark, and it's Bradshaw trying to challenge for the lead once again. Tickle took it at the 400, but now Isla Bradshaw shows her strength. So the Deakin runner rounds the bend final time, but the challenges may come. Frankie Hyde and Ella Fallon really starting to move. Looks like Cordy still moving beautifully, and also Braybrook into the home straight. But Bradshaw's done well here. If anything, Fallon's the big challenger. We're also seeing Kearney trying to wind it up with Hyde. Tickle back in the picture, but I think Bradshaw's done enough. It's going to be a good time here. 2:13 high. Fallon in next position, then Hyde. Tickle. Good finish there from Harper Fraser as well. Very good field. And we'll wait on the time for Yvette Cordy, but I think that was pretty decent.
Front office.
I just got so lactic in life.
Another PB? Keep clicking refresh. Full field of 10, the men's C 800 metres. Let's introduce your field. Station 1 from Old Scotch, Kaylin McInnes. Station 2, we welcome back from Tasmania, Henry Diggle. In 3, we have from Wellington, another big mover this season, Riley Stewart. We welcome from Singapore in Station 4, Theoprakasam Aswin Kumar. In Station 5, from Knox Athletics, Flynn Smith. In 6, representing Athletics Chilwell, Charles Lay. In 7, from Old Scotch, Hugo Stubbs. From Mentone, Gideon Fisher, Station 8. Andrew Tatt takes Station 9. And from Athletics Southwest, Ashley Ferguson, Station 10. Our pacer aiming at 54, opening lap.
On your marks.
So a decent field here. A couple of big improvers this season. One of those being Carla McInnes from Scotch. And he is working that bend hard and wants good position as they go through the crossover cones. The pacer will start to make his way forward now, but they're making it hard for him because the pace is on. Lay also, sorry, that's Flynn Smith, goes straight to the front. Pacer just to the outside of him. So very good opening 200. Could be Lay making the pace now. You've also got Smith to the outside, but gee, they're moving beautifully this C 800 metres. The pace is well and truly on. So Lay leading it. The pace is sort of stuck in the middle of Smith. Now we're seeing from Southwest Ferguson make his way through. So 54 was the time through. So Stubbs sitting there in the midfield. Kumar to the outside of him. Stewart and Tat trying hard to stay on with Diggle. And also Fisher from Mentone. But out front, Ferguson. My apologies, that's Lay. Then Smith, then Ferguson. Kumar starting to come into the picture now. McInnes still up there. Stewart's alongside him. Stubbs just starting to work hard. And Tat trying to get himself into the race. But out front, there's no stopping Charles Lay at the moment. But Flynn Smith not being dropped as they come around the final bend. Lay's coming in for 1:52.73 seed time. This is going to be a big run from Lay. Also Smith. Big finish here from Kumar as well from Singapore. He's a 1:52 runner. But Lay probably going to take this out. Kumar won't be too far behind, but Lay will take it 51. Kumar. Smith in next position. Quality C race there. 1:57 rounding it out. But good run there. Charles Lay taking it out in 1:51.
No, no, no.
What?
Just pretending to cross them. I know. But in some of those races. Absolutely. Not many people probably get it.
So we now move from the 800s. We will return with the 4 more 800s later in the program as we go into the B races and also the Milers Club finals. But we'll switch our attention to the back straight 1500 metre action. We'll start with the men's L 1500. With these first few 15s, we will introduce the field once they are underway.
I think help go out really quick. Oh, they do. Yeah. Yeah. What's your prediction time? Accuracy, yeah.
So we'll be getting underway shortly with the first of our 1500s, the men's L. We will announce the field once they are underway. Don't forget all results on AV Results Hub, so do a refresh if you want the results. I know a few nervous people looking for their times immediately after, but just wait for our great photo finish staff to do their job, and we will get your times on Results Hub. And if you are leaving the venue and want to watch the action later, Athletics Exclusive are providing live stream throughout the course of the evening. So that'll be via I think it's the Athletics Exclusive YouTube or the Victorian Milers Club YouTube channel. So we'll have 13 starters in the first of our 1500 metres. This is event 19 of 41.
Too lazy to come over here. Yeah, he said, could you do that for me? He said,
So competitors lined up, ready to go. Now, Chief Official happy. We will get them underway shortly in the men's L1500. Once again, we'll announce the field once they're moving. So starter Brendan Ferrari gets the message. All clear. So underway now. So we have Nathaniel Martin from Knox in 1. Noah Spohr from Box Hill in 2. Thomas Holt from Mornington Peninsula in Station 3. Then we have Brodie Trounston in 5. Cameron Galvin Sterling in 6. James Chen in 7. William Kerr in 8. Eugene Nemesi from Collingwood Harriers in 9. Archibald Briggs in 10. Zane Solly in 11. David Vaughan from Doncaster in 12. From Yarra Rangers, Gamage Pereira in 13. And Harry Eagleson in 14. Now, we saw Harry take a big win in a previous event this evening over 800 metres. Good to see a few of the boys doubling up here in the 8s and 15s. But it will be our Knox runner. I think that will be Nathaniel Martin leading the way early, and it is. So he's got a 4:57 best time and is our top seed, or one of the top seeds. Brodie Trounston in next position. Then we have Thomas Holt, also Noah Spohr, Archibald Briggs. Coming through William Kerr, also doubling up after running an 800 earlier this evening.
69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78.
No change out front. Nathaniel Martin.
83, 84.
Looking good. So the field already stringing right out here. Probably to be expected, being the first of our seeded heats in the 1500. You can see Nemesi just working his way into the midfield from Collingwood in the mainly white uniform. So one of our more experienced runners. He's got David Vaughan not too far behind him. Another one of our Masters athletes.
And you've got the others then.
So coming through to get 2 laps to go. Nathaniel Martin, 4:57.5, his best time. Trouncin in next position. He's a 5:01 runner and looking very good. Then we have Noah Spohr in next spot. Briggs next. Eagleson sitting to the outside there of Vaughan. A little bit of a gap then to Cameron Galvin Sterling, who's already done an 800. Zane Solly in next position. And William Kerr, as I said, doubling up here tonight, going through to get 2 laps to go. Nathaniel Martin looking the goods here. 1 lap to go. You'll hear the sound of the bell. He's still out by about 20 metres, and really impressive here, Brodie Trouncin. He has not changed that gap at all. But now we see the race of the Masters, Demese versus Vaughan. Now we're seeing also Eagleson wind it up. He won the 800. I can't see Harry coming through to take the win here because he's now spotting Martin about 50 metres. Solly coming through to get the bell. And Kerr not too far away, but it'll probably be a gun to tape here. Nathaniel Martin, be very interesting to see the time. It's right on about 4:05 as he goes through. 4:06 maybe, 200 out. So this could be somewhere around the 440s. This massive PB here for Nathaniel Martin. I think Brodie Trouncin's actually winding it up though. That gap just coming in a little bit. He's got a lot of work to do to run down Nathaniel. So into the home straight, but Brodie definitely starting to bring that gap in. Eagleson taking that 3rd position. The Battle of the Masters, and it looks like Nemese's just getting away, but good win here. It'll be just over 440. Very impressive. Nathaniel Martin will take it. It's about a 16-second PB. So that's a super run. Trouncin also, first time under, so that's about a 16-second PB as well. Briggs will come through next, then it will be Eagleson. To the outside of him will be Holt. Nemesi just ahead of Vaughan in the Battle of the Masters. Pereira in next position. Then we have James Chen. So majority of the field through under that 5-minute mark, as we see Noah Spohr and also Cameron Galvin Sterling finishing his 1500s. Zane Solly, 5:20 is his seed time, and it's going to be just on that, is just under actually. So good running there for Zane. And let's get behind also William Kerr. Good double up here over the 8 and the 1500. And William will be our final finisher in the men's L 1500.
You want to start lining him up?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So next up will be the men's K 1500. We will once again announce the field once they are underway. We will have a field of 12. So beautiful conditions now here at Box Hill. The wind has dropped right away. Still relatively warm air, so just about perfect middle distance conditions, which is building towards those finals and also our very stacked B races a little bit later in the evening. So next up though, event number 20. It is the K1500. So in the starters orders now.
I'll refer to you if I wanted to do pacing. Yes. Do you know what grade you're likely to do with?
I run 15 in about 4:25. But I'm happy to pace a bit slow. I mean, I'm low.
So what's that? How many seconds a lap?
I can pace one flat. So 2 laps.
Yeah, okay.
Not one flat.
So each might want one flat, so that'll be a fair bit later.
I'll probably do 120.
That's about what these are doing at the moment.
Yeah. I could do that for you for just to pace it.
Yep. Okay, ready. On your marks.
So underway in the men's K1500. Harry Lynn from Williamstown in 1. From Knox, Scott Morton in 2. Collingwood Harriers, Sebastian Trinder Rothen in 3. From Williamstown, Thomas Scott in 5. Collingwood Harriers, Huey Critchley in 7. From Mornington Peninsula, Oliver Kerr in 8. Henry Stott is in 9. From Diamond Valley, Jordan Rudd in 10. Andre Fowler from Athletics Essendon in 11. Charlie Stone, Mornington in 12. From Mentone, we have Joshua Christensen in 13. And Collingwood Harriers, Andrew Evans takes station 15. So it looks like a 1-2 for Williamstown. Harry Lynn leading the way at the moment. Thomas Scott sitting in next position. Now we're seeing Scott Morton just make his way through. Also followed by Andrew Evans. Jordan Rudd sitting back. Christensen just off the back of him. And you also have Oliver Kerr and Henry Stott. But gee, they're already spread well at the moment. So 69 potentially. Harry Lynn comes in with a 4:40 seed time. And he's currently sitting on 4:20 something. So impressive running there from Scott Morton. He's moved his way nicely into that field. I think Andre Fowler is the next one to make a move. With one of our young runners from Mornington. We'll pick him up on the next lap around. Jordan Rudd sitting probably midfield at the moment. So big run by Jordan at the last meet, the 100th Milers Club back at Lakeside in February, where he took out a very exciting race there. Apparently had Bruce McAvaney out of his chair cheering for Jordan. So Jordan sitting back in this field a little bit was to see Andre Fowler now take the lead. Coming alongside Harry Lynn. Morton still in good position. Sitting on the rail. Evans doing the same. You can see the experience coming through from these athletes. But it will be Andre Fowler coming through to get 2 laps to go. Lynn, Morton. Next one on the track there is Charlie Stone from Mornington Peninsula. A little bit of a gap then to Thomas Scott. We have 2 of the Collingwood Harriers running there together. And that is Huey Critchley and also Sebastian Trinder Rothen. Jordan Rudd now latching onto them. Gap back then to the Mornington runner in Oliver Kerr. Christensen in next position. No change out front. So he's gone fairly early, Andre Fowler. As we are approaching, it's going through the 900 metres now. So Fowler's coming in seed time of 4:43.4. Approaching the 1 kilometre mark. This will give us a very good indication of how he's tracking. Harry Lynn hasn't really given much ground over that that last lap. So 3:06 thereabouts at the 1K mark. So 3:06 for Fowler. So that's probably a high 4:30s. He's in he's got a 4:43 seed time. So Fowler just ahead of PB pace. Lynn just starting to drift a little bit. Morton, Evans, also Stone in next position as they hit the bell. And Fowler's really picked it up. I think Andre's really going to shoot for that sub 4:40. Scott in next position. A little bit of a break there from Critchley, Rudd. And then we have a Trinder Rothen. Christensen just getting ahead there of Oliver Kerr, and they'll have a good race over that final 400. But down the back straight, and no real change here, apart from the chasers. And there are a few chasers starting to pick it up. Charlie Stone being one of those as he moves past Morton, and he will be spotting Andre Fowler 200 out, and that gap is really starting to come in. So this race isn't over yet. Fowler charged around the bottom bend, shooting for that sub 440. And now he has only 150 to go. Stone on the chase. Morton and Evans in next position. Bit of a gap then back to Thomas Scott from Williamstown. But into the home straight. Andre Fowler has been pretty brave with this race. Charlie Stone would like the win though, and that's St. Leia's prize, and it is on. So Fowler and Stone locked together. And Stone will just have the momentum, but they'll both be under the 440. So will Morton, and Evans right on that 440 mark. So great running there from Andrew. Thomas Scott will be next one in around the 450 mark. And then it will be Huey Critchley from Collingwood Harriers. And Jordan Rudd, 454 there for Jordan. Next one, Oliver Kerr comes across the line, just ahead of him will be Trindarofen, and then Christensen, and Harry Lynn will come across the line just over the 5-minute mark and be our final finisher in the men's K 1500 metres. Yep, present. Just on Gout. You think the media... So next up, women's G 1500, and we will introduce the field once they're underway.
On your marks.
So 13 starters. Hattie Watterson is in 1, Christina Crocker 2. From Old Scotch, Annabelle Atkins in 3, Eliza Griffin Box Hill in 4, Philippa Lodeman in 5, Summer Alberson from Mentone in 6, from Sandringham, Millie Williams in 7, from Box Hill, Erin Alice in 8, Freya Miven, South Melbourne in 9, Shania Murray, Diamond Valley 10, Bella Davey from Doncaster 12, from Athletics Essendon, Alla Harris in 13, and also from Athletics Essendon, Allegra Farina, Station 14. So they're underway now. So seeds being the first of our women's races, the big spread in the seed times here, ranging from around 5:25 through to well over 6 minutes, as the field just settles down nicely, and our Box Hill runner leading the way as they settle. And that is now changed. Hattie Watterson leading the way. Then you have Erin Alice in next position. Annabelle Atkins, next one through there, Allegra Farina. It's like Miven from South Melbourne in next spot. And then it looks like a Doncaster uniform going through. And that will be Bella Davey. So beautiful full moon on the rise here as the light goes down. And the light's starting to kick in. So a bit of a charge forward here. And that is Hattie Watterson. So she's got a 5:30 seed time. So one of our top seeds. And we can see the Annabelle Atkins on the chase and starting to draw in that lead. Erin Alice still sitting in 3rd position. Then we have Allegra Farina. I think that was from Essendon in next spot, but we'll clarify that as they do come down, and they will get 2 laps to go. But now the gap really came in here. So Waterson charged forward. Atkins just held her ground there, didn't panic. And over that next 200 to 300 metres has just drawn in that lead, and they will come through to get 2 laps to go. So Atkins is also around that 5:30 mark, so one of our top seeds. Miven's moving beautifully as well, just off the back of Farina. Alice is going through. We're just seeing Murray now starting to pick it up. She goes alongside Bella Davy. Albiston, also Griffin, working well together. Gap then to Millie Williams. Working with her there, Ella Harris. And coming through now, Christina Crocker. Once again, great to see the Alphington kids here in big, big numbers.
250, 51, 252, 53.
So no change out front. Waterson leads. Atkins contented to sit with her. But this is now allowing Farina just bridge that gap a little bit. And let's get behind also Philippa Lodeman, another one of our Alphington runners, as she comes through to get 2 laps to go. So no real change apart from the fact that I think Allegra Farina is starting to just draw in the 2 leaders at the moment. Atkins quite content to let Waterson still lead the way. Both running quite wide in their lane though as they come through, as you can see Allegra is just sitting beautifully right on the rails, taking the shortest possible line. So hitting the bell now, Waterson still leads. Atkins, Farina, Miven, Murray working her way through the field beautifully. 1 lap out. Albiston just coming alongside Alice. Little gap then to Griffin. She has got Davey not far behind her. Millie Williams looking really good as she gets the bell. Also with her, Ella Harris from Essendon. So down the home straight they go. Waterson, I thought, was at risk of being passed there, but she's just getting that gap out to probably a bit over 10 metres, but we see Atkins and also Farina working well as they enter that last 200 metres. So Waterson, 5:30 her seed time, and it's 4:35 on the clock, so we're going to see a good run here. But gee, Allegra Farina's been very impressive the way that she's been very patient over this 1,500 metres, and that gap now down to 2 to 3 metres. Waterson, Farina, then Atkins. Murray now moving herself into 4th position, as we will also be supporting Philippa Lodeman as she comes through, and she'll get 1 lap to go. But with the race on here, it's on, and it's between Waterson. The bodies are coming together, and I think I'll give that one to Hattie just, but a great run from Allegra, really planned that well. Annabelle Atkins comes through at about 5:16, so a big run from her, 13-second personal best. Freya Miven through next. Then Shania Murray just in the 5:20s. Summer Albiston, big finish there from Eliza Griffin as well. So 5:32 on the clock now. Millie Williams, next one through. Then we'll have Erin Alice.
There we go, you're doing all right.
Bella Davy, 5:42 is her PB, just a little bit over that. And also 5:55 for Ella Harris, and she's ahead of that time here this evening. Big finish here. So great finish here, Christina Crocker. 6:37 her seed time, and right on the 6-minute mark. As we can see down the back straight, Philippa Lodeman. I'll just call this in.
No, just noticed the red light was on. I thought, oh,
Don't walk over the line. Hey, you're in the middle of the electronic timing.
Once they do it, they don't quite realise what they're doing.
The Warriors at the Bears.
So Philippa Loadman into the final straight now. It picks up the pace. Well done, Philippa. So she will be coming in just over 7 minutes. And once again, really good to have the Elphington runners here this evening at Milers Club. First experience for many of them at this level, and well done, Philippa. Actually finished with a lovely smile. Yeah, Pete, just have that handy in case it does give out. Yeah, put it back up on the stand, and if it gives out. There we go. Could you dispose of this one, Rob? So next up, men's J 1500 metres. We'll announce the field once they're underway. So 12 starters here. We have Sawyer Onley from Doncaster. From Ringwood, Rion Aranasinghe. Representing Glenn Huntley, Cooper Ill. Angus Elder from Ringwood, Joshua Turkelson in Station 9. Kieran Hanrahan in 10. From Sandringham, we have Linus Hunter. James Lynn from Williamstown was next to him in 14. Then we have in 15, Rory McDonald. Alexander Johnston from Sandringham, 16. Marcus Solly in 17. And from Mentone, Owen Roach, Station 18. But there are 12 starters in this event, as we see. That looks like the Doncaster uniform getting out nice and early. So Hunter sitting in next position. This will be Onley leading from Hunter, gap then to Solly, and then it is a big field. Rear of the field at the moment looks like McDonald. He's just biding his time because the pace is going along quite nicely. So they're all in the around the mid 430s, the majority of this field. As Onley goes through 69, so he's on low 420s pace at the moment, and Hunter has joined him. Solly's making his move to try and bridge that gap. Now we're seeing a little bit of movement, and we do have a pacer, I think, in the Saint uniform, just doing the job in the midfield there.
Have you checked in? Yep. Have you?
So Onley still leading. Hunter with him. Solly's done a good move to get right up there as well. And we've got the Mentone runner there, and I think that's Roach in next position. And McDonald's made a good move through, and also Ranasinghe. But gee, that chase bunch working together really, really well with the pacer. They've obviously got a set time that they're going for. And out front, we have had a change of lead. So Hunter from Sandringham leads the way. And he's starting to stretch that lead as well. So really going for it here. So Linus is coming in for 4:34 seed time. So through the 900, lead group of 3 have really broken away. Now we're seeing Rion Ranasinghe from Ringwood starting to move that next bunch forward. I'd say the pacer has done his job. And now Ranasinghe is setting up with Owen Roach not too far behind him. Linus Hunter still leads it. Sawyer Onley's got a 4:35 to his name. Solly, he's a 4:37 runner. So Solly running really well to try and get contact here. Hunter looking good. So they're on, in my mind, on sub 4:30 pace. McDonald now leading that chase group. He's done a good job of just getting himself to the front. He's still got young Roach from Mentone not too far behind. But down the back straight, I think hopefully we're going to see a sub 4:30 here from Hunter. So it'll be a big time, a big PB for him. I'd say Onley also on the charge and could be looking also at the sub 4:30 as they go through 3:49. they're safely going to be under the 430 mark here, those front two. Solly now being chased down. There's a few moves coming from the chase pack. We'll identify them as they come around, but our two leaders really are looking superb here. They've run a very good 1500. Sawyer Onley set the pace early. Linus Hunter chased and got ahead. Time check 4:15 now. So great running here. It'll be just over the 420 mark. And great run, Linus Hunter. He'll take it 4:22 unofficial. Onley in next position, 4:24. Solly will hang on for the sub 4:30. Next one through will be Hanrahan. And then they all come across the line, basically. And tail end of the field, we're going to see Lynn and also Cooper L, and around that 440 mark. So big running from our men's J1500. Linus Hunter taking it out.
No problem.
So we'll have 11 starters in our next event, the men's I 1500 metres, event number 23.
Thanks, runners. We're about to go. On your marks.
Men's I 1500. Yanni Sarita Sandringham in 1 from Essendon. Lucas Harris in 2 from Maccabi. Asher Grodsky 3. Williamstown's Anthony Hine in 4. Blake Salodare from Yarra Rangers in 5. Jared Lynch takes 7. Station 10 from Melbourne University, Malolo Sagado, Sebastian Tramontana, South Melbourne in 11, Charlie Roney from Knox in 12, from Western Athletics, Thomas Diallo in 13, and Cody Levitas, Keolis and Bernards, Station 14. Looks like we do have a pacer. I think Ben Stevens is doing a little bit of work tonight. So it looks like Benny's got, might have 2 paces in this one potentially, so don't they look good in their St. Leia's orange kit? And we do have 2 paces setting out here. So Levitas just sitting in that position. Giallo in next position. Grodsky. Little bit of a move there from Harris. Rear of the field, we've got Lynch. Tramontana not too far ahead of him. Saloyedov. So they're going through opening 400 in about 70 seconds. So low 420s. So seed range 425 through to about 430. So currently sitting on low 420s pace. Been a little bit of a breakout front too. I think Grodsky definitely one of the men out in the lead at the moment. Levitas was there, but I think that might be yellow from Western Athletics potentially. Getting a little bit harder to see in the darkness. As they come into the home straight now, that'll all become clear as our pacer. And that's Benny Stevens, really has them on solid pace here. So Giallo leads it from Grodsky from Maccabi. Our second group has a pacer as well. Harris, just with the pacer now. Sagado, then Levitas, Saliedov, Tramontana, Hine in next position. Then we have Roney, gap back then to Saritas, and also Lynch. So heading into the 800 now, 2:17 on the clock. So pace has gone off a little bit, but they're still maintaining a strong sub 4:30 pace here. And Giallo's the only man now with the pacer. So through the 900. Giallo looking very strong and really stretching that lead. Usually in these events, the seeding will have them a little bit closer than this. But Thomas Giallo, 4:25.40 seed time coming in. Definitely one of the top seeds, but he's really showing a clean pair of heels and through to the 1K there, and it's just hitting on the 3-minute mark now, which is 4:30 pace. So Giallo looking strong. Gee, he looks good coming through to get the bell, getting the Western Apps crowd going. Grodsky in next position. Harris coming through. Then Sagado, Solyedov, Levitas, Tramontana, Hine. Next one in will be Roney, Lynch, and also Cerritos. But out front, Giallo leads it. Big move here from Harris. He's got a very strong last lap here. 200 out, 3:43 on the clock. Thomas Giallo leading. He's got about a 20-metre gap over Lucas Harris from Essendon. Asher Grodsky Maccabi, he's a 4:25 runner as well. As they come into the home straight, Giallo still looking good, hasn't changed form whatsoever. So a strong run, 100 out now, 4:01 on the clock. Big run here. Let's really give this guy a lot of support. Thomas Giallo really setting a new benchmark for himself. He'll see the clock. He'll see that's going to be around the 4:15 mark. So great running Giallo, 4:17 potentially. Big run from Harris as well. So right on the 4:20 mark. Then Levitas comes home. Grodsky, Sagado. Next one through there was Aroni. As the field, Lynch in next. And Cerritos will complete our men's 1500 metres. And stops the clock in 4:37.
We're ready to line them up. What time's it due?
Women's F, 1500 metres. Let's introduce our field. Ali Kays from Athletics Essendon in 1. From Diamond Valley, Poppy Scott Dalgleish in 3. Isabella Simeone from Frankston in 4. From Box Hill, Millicent Fraser 5. Erin Maloney, Diamond Valley in 6. Grace Baldock, Doncaster, Station 7. Alia Hennessy Teptic from Coburg Harriers in 8. Harriet Henderson takes 11. From Glen Huntley, Lola Becker 12. Zoe Cannon from Collingwood Harriers in 13. And from South Melbourne, Charlotte Gibbs 14. They're your starters. There are 11 of them in the women's F, 1500 metres. A reminder too, we do have Runners Paradise here, so make your way over. Also St. Leia's. Let's support our sponsors here. They've been great throughout the season. As we're under starters orders, the women's F, 1500 metres.
Thanks, runners. We're about to go. On your marks. Go, Charlotte.
So underway, we'll get a fix for them as they come around. Looks like Simeone might be the one leading out the field here. So no paces. The girls are just racing this. Apologies, that's one of the Diamond Valley runners. So it could be Scott Dalgleish, but we won't make any bets on that until they come through and come into the vision of the home straight. No, that's not. So Bunchfield on the chase here. Our leader really putting the foot down, coming through in that opening 300. It's going to be a very impressive 300 time here. And it is Poppy Scott Dalgleish leading the way. Next one in will be Henderson. Making her way through there, Lola Becker, but gee, they're all bunched at the moment. Poppy Dalgleish comes in with a 5:13 seed time. Not one of the fastest. Setting a good pace as she goes through. Gee, she's on about 4:40 pace at the moment, actually under. So Scott Dalgleish really moving nicely. Henderson in second position, but that chase pack are starting to really group together again. They are spread, but they're setting a very good pace, and the majority of the field are going with them, which is good to see. But it is alone out front. Poppy Scott Dalgleish out by 25 metres. So no change out front, no change with the chasers either. They're just sitting very patiently, obviously on a good tempo because they are all pretty much together aside from our leader as she comes down to get 2 laps to go. Scott Dalgleish still looking very composed. Good rhythm as she comes through to get 2 to go. Henderson still in next position. On the inside there we have a Zoe Cannon. To the outside also you've got Hennessy Tetic. Approaching the 800 metre mark now. We're going through in approximately 2:38 at the 800.
241, 42, 43, 244, 45.
So a few little gaps starting to form in that chase pack, but no real indent on the lead as we approach that 1 kilometre mark. So Scott Dalgleish still out. Probably 25 metres still, maybe 20. Rounding the top bend and approaching the 1 kilometre. So 1K 322 there for our leader. The chasers coming through about 327, so about 5 seconds adrift as Poppy Scott Dalgleish comes down. Around a 5-second advantage as she will hit the bell first. So the gap starting to narrow as the chasers start to come through, and that includes Maloney, also from Diamond Valley, edges her way into second position. Now we're seeing Ali Kays. She was sitting back beautifully, and now she's worked her way through here. So Kays might be one to watch also on this final lap. But that gap really starting to come in now. Down to about 5 metres as they hit the 1200 in 4:04. Now we're seeing the field really start to come together here. It's been a cat and mouse game. Scott Dalgleish finds another leg down the back straight because she can hear those footsteps. There's a few little breakthroughs though. I'm trying to identify them as they hit 200 to go, a group of 4. Amongst those is the Collingwood runner there in Cannon. And we also know that the other Diamond Valley runner in Maloney was in the picture as well. But plenty of excitement here as they approach the final stage. It looks like it's the Glenn Huntley runner there, and I think that might be Becca. And now Cannon coming through as well. So Scott Dalgleish has led the whole way, and she will be rewarded with the win. Cannon to the outside, also Becca. Good finish there from Gibbs, just over the top of Maloney. Hennessy Tetic also coming through there was Baldock and Henderson. But, gee, that was a brave race. Poppy Scott Dalgleish was out by about 25 metres, was challenged, held on, and a good run from her as we see Millicent Fraser, final competitor coming through there in the women's F 1500 metres. Event number 25 on the far side of the track. It is the men's H1500 and we'll have 14 starters. Joshua Field from St Kevin's in 2. Aidan Muscat, Western Athletics 3. Travis Block, Nunawading in 4. From Box Hill, Jake Reed in 5. In 7, Thomas Mooring from Ringwood. Mornington's William Hughes in 8. Sammy Murhai, Mentone in 10. From Old Scotch, Mike Sim 11. Andy Walsh, Athletics Southwest in 12. Kai Davenport, Mornington in 13. From Athletics Essendon, Alex Constantinides in 14. Dylan Jennings Knox in 15. Samuel Fu from Melbourne University 16. And we welcome from New South Wales in 17, Aaron Houston.
Just hold that with you. 53, so. We go at 51. 51.
So just holding the field for about another minute. We don't want to get too far ahead of the program. So once again, Milers Club working like clockwork here due to a very young and sprightly staff manning our movement around the track. Didn't she run well?
What's this running at the Milers Club? If I'd have known you were running tonight, I'd have...
Did you check the start list, Rocket?
No, I didn't.
That's your fault. Is that right, Tim?
I knew
so
I was
much he
supposed to do
noticed.
something, but you know, I forgot last night.
Oh.
Happy with the run?
Yeah, I was all,
Good.
given where I am now,
Yep.
a few more weeks' time, I'm even faster. So.
Let's get them going. Let's get them going.
Hip number 2 is wearing an 11 horizontally. Hip number 2 is wearing an 11 horizontally. Thanks, runners. We're about to go. On your marks.
Number 2 is wearing 11 horizontal.
That's my cheats way.
So a very fast start here to event number 25, the H1500 for men. This pace is just settling them down now. So we're looking around anywhere between 4:17 and 4:24, I think, in this race as our seed time. So about a 7-second spread across the field. But the pacer really getting them out to a very nice start. Just looks at the watch as they come through. Could be Ben Stevens once again. No, it is not, I don't believe. But anyway, another good effort from our pacer. Just getting them set up here nice and early. And it will be our New South Wales athlete there, which is Aaron Houston, taking advantage of the pacer. Mike Sim, taller figure from Scotch in the red, moving nicely in the early stages. Also from Knox, Dylan Jennings. But a very long line. Kai Davenport, you can see just towards the rear of the field. Great to see Kai back at the Victorian Championships where he took out quite a number of championships in his category. and sporting a very radical hairdo with the orange and black of his club, Mornington Peninsula. So I missed the opening split there, but we'll try and get them through the 800. We'd be looking probably around the 67, 68 second mark, I'd say, for this grouping. So we'd like to see quite a few sub 420s out of this race, and our pacemaker doing a great job of just keeping them moving along. And a nice long line. You can see Jennings to the outside. Also Constantinides from Essendon going the wide line here. The Melbourne University runner, which is Fu, in good position. Now seeing Sammy Murhai making a bit of a move. Didn't really recognise him without the Mentone kit, but Sammy's been training hard and he's looking for a big time. And Murhai's just working his way forward and will hit the 800 with the pacer, and they're going to go through in about 2:16. So around that 68s, and now we're seeing Murhai really charge forward. So Sim decides to go with him. Gap then to Jennings. Fu in next position. So thanks to our pacer, done a great job of just setting them up around that 68 second mark. But now Sammy Murhai really has taken this event by the scruff of the neck and really shaking up the field too and making them work as they go through the 1K in 2:52. So Murhai leads it. Sim hasn't panicked. Neither is Jennings, who's looking good in that next position. Looks like that's a Southwest uniform. Andy Waltz in next position, then Fu. And now we're seeing a big run from William Hughes, just gone past Constantinides. Field in next position. Jennings winding it up, coming alongside Murhai, 1200 in, 3:23 on the clock. Now we're seeing also Waltz. Big back straight run there from Andy Waltz from Southwest. Sim's not done with yet either. He's just trying to go stride for stride, as two of them have now gone past Murhai. Make that 3. 200 out. Jennings, Waltz, Sim. Hughes, next one coming through. Field just behind him. Into the home straight they come. The race is on. Jennings and also Waltz. It's been a great race from Jennings. He's just trying to do the block there, but Jennings to the outside, Waltz to the inside. I reckon Jennings just will wait for photo on it. Sim in next position, then Mooring. Didn't call him whole race, but that was a big finish. So most of the field in under that 420 mark. So big running here tonight. We'll just wait for the call on that one between Waltz and Jennings. We'll wait for photo. So our So if you're the driver of XTE 476, you've left the lights on. XTE 476, looks like it might be a Mazda. If you can go and get back to your car, or else you're going to run out of battery. XTE 476, you have left the lights on. Fields assembled now, the men's G1500. We have 13 starters. Bon Martin, Western Athletics, Station 1. From Old Scotch, John Bravoulis, 2. From Morning Peninsula, Andrew Turber in 3. South Melbourne's Jordan Trevina, Station 5. From Ballarat, YCW, Jesse Nankervis in 6. Joe Sexton in 7. Richmond Harriers, Mark Stodden, Station 8. Thor Royal, Station 9. From Knox Athletics, Eden Morgan in 11. In 12, James Hall from Old Scotch. Caleb Wagner from New South Wales. Welcome to Box Hill, Caleb. He's in Station 13. Alongside him from Western Athletics, in 14, Jackson Wright. And Nathan Risk, Athletics Essendon, Station 15.
Thanks, runners. On your marks.
So underway, once again, looks like the Pacers just trying to surge their way forward. Trying to make out our runners as they come through. Nankervis definitely up there early. You can see that taller figure, Jesse, sitting third on the track. Second behind the Pacer. Could be Hall sitting in that next position behind him. And then Stodden. And that's a Western Afs uniform. That might be Bon Martin. So 4:12 through to about 4:15 is our range. And Ben Stevens, once again, big thanks to Ben for doing some pacing work here this evening. So they're going through the 300 nicely there and about 47 low. It is Bon Martin in good position. Jackson Wright, I think that might be the next one moving through. Hall positioned on the rails, but now being swamped a little bit as the field starts to come through. And they go through the opening 400 in about 64, so 4-minute pace. They are moving. So they're on around 4-minute pace at the moment in this men's G 1500 metres. The pace is on. Bon Martin still leading on the track. Nankervis in the red uniform of Ballarat YCW, sitting second. Jackson Wright, I believe, in that next position, and it is right. Then Sexton being passed by Hall, Stodden next. Then we got Eden Morgan. Wagner sitting back there with the Mornington runner in Turver.
208, 29, 210.
So about 210 going through the... So pace maintaining, and you can see it's now Nankervis leading the way. So around 210 as they went through the 800. So dropped a little bit from that opening 64, but still a decent pace. And given that they're around that 4:13, 4:14 mark, they are setting a very ferocious pace out front. So 2 Ballarat boys now out front. Stevens leading the Ballarat YCW runner as Nankervis hits the 1K mark in about 2:42, maybe 2:43. So big lead here for Nankervis. Used Stevens beautifully just to launch forward. And he's got a gap of about 10 metres now to Martin, his teammate. And now Stodden making a big move. Also coming through there is Thor Royal. So Trevina and also Bravoulis rear of the field, but moving nicely. Out front though, Nankervis leads by about 20. Stodden, the Richmond Harrier, in next position. Martin just behind him. Eden Morgan also up there. For Royal making a big move. 200 out for Nankervis. The gap now down to about 7 metres to Stodden. And now it looks like, I think that's Royal starting to make his way through into second position. So the race is on once again. Nankervis seems to be tying up a little bit as he comes into the home straight. And I think it might be the tall figure, the blonde Royal, coming through. Nankervis still holds the lead though. Not over yet. 3:55 on the clock as they come through. Nankervis goes up again. He can hear footsteps. Jesse Nankervis has done such a great job. He'll hold on for the win. Royal will take 4:04 for Nankervis. Some big runs. Massive runs here. Risk through at about 4:10. Next one through after that will be Turver. Wagner through at about 4:15. Not bad for an old fella. Then Trevina coming through and Bravoulis. But exciting running out there. Jesse Nankervis, great running, 4:04 thereabouts. But big run also for Royal. Probably left it a little bit late, but a massive PB for 4 as well. I think we're going to see probably more than half the field taking out PBs. James Hall, I think, also will be in PB territory there. And Mark Stodden, big run from the old fella from Richmond too. Very impressive. So 4:04.34 winning time there, Jesse Nankervis. Women's E 1500 next on the track. 13 starters. Stella Haig from Glen Huntley in 2. Miller Malherbe Sandringham in 3. From Ivanhoe, Rachel Patterson in 4. From Glen Huntley, Indy O'Donoghue takes station 5. Isabella Johnson in 6. Glen Huntley's Jemima Lord in 8. From Diamond Valley, Matilda Lestrange in 10. Isabel Kay's Athletics Essen in 11. Monique Williams Box Hill in 12. From Old Scotch, Isabella Biscoe in 14. Charlie Miller takes 15. Sophie Field from Doncaster in 16. And Hannah Tunbury, Coburg Harriers in 17.
Guys, do you want to just move one way or the other so people are there complete? Yep. So is it just 5? Apart from the original list, number 5 has not shown up at the start. Hit number 5 has not shown up at the start.
Can we have Indy O'Donoghue across to the start of the 1500, please? Indy O'Donoghue across to the start of the 1500. Your event is about to get underway.
Is she coming? Someone coming? On your marks.
So they are now racing the women's E 1500 metres. We'll sort out our order as they come into the home straight. So good field, 13, maybe make that 12.
Yeah, I know. So it'll push her along, but she won't be off the back.
5, 10, 15 and 20.
So into the home straight first time, still well bunched together. Let's try and identify the runners as they come through.
Tim tried calling her up, but I was happy with your answer.
Looks like it is, I'd say that is Malherbe to the inside. To the outside you've got Kays. Williams looking good in that third position. Not far behind her is Field. Lestrange just to the outside. A little bit of a gap to Patterson, but the more experienced runner probably will find a few legs over the final laps. And they're through in about 75 seconds through the opening 400 metres. So seed times here, there's a couple of the broken the 5-minute mark. Let's see how many we can get under that here tonight. Perfect conditions at Box Hill. The wind has dropped right away. A little bit cool in the air now, but still good conditions for middle distance running. And this race off to a very good start. So through the 500 metre mark in under 140. And the Majority of the field still bunched well together. Malherbe was from Sandringham was leading to the inside. The outside we did have Isabel Kay. She's a 4:57 runner, one of our top seeds. You can see Lestrange just moving her way nicely on the outer lanes. Also Stella Haig from Glen Huntley in good position. Now Lestrange pushes forward. Chumbury from Coburg on the rails. Lestrange had the momentum there, but just deciding to stay alongside the Sandringham runner there in Malherbe. So 2:38 thereabouts through that. So they're on sub 5-minute pace out front. So 2:40 or 1:20, 1 minute 20 laps being the 5-minute target. I believe we'll see a little bit of a kick down in this race over the final lap because it is so well bunched. No change out front. Malherbe's done a good job on the rails, forcing the other competitors out wide, doing the extra distance. That includes Lestrange. That's Matilda. And it looks like Matilda's just starting to try and edge forward here. So she needs to try and get clear space. Been impressed with Williams' run as well. So that's Monique Williams. Been in good position and covered every move. Also, we're seeing a good run here from Sophie Field. So 3:40 at the bell. So right on 5-minute pace. And as I said, I believe this will be a bit of a kick-down event because they are going to be racing for the win here. I think that might be Haig potentially from Glen Huntley making a move through. So a bit of a charge there. So as I said, this is going to be a real kick-down race here. So one of our Glen Huntley runners has surged forward. I think that it's either Lord or Haig. We'll watch that as they come through into home straight. They are really putting the foot down here, and this is going to be well under that 5-minute mark. So a beautiful finish here. So Stella Haig looks like she's leading the way here. So Stella into the home straight, 4:40 on the clock now, so she's going to be well under the 5-minute mark. Monique Williams in next position. Field following, and this is going to be a big run just over the 4:50 mark. So Stella Haig will take it out, 4:53. Williams will be around the 4:56 mark, then Field. Coming through next will be Isabella Johnson, and fair whack of the field as predicted through under that 5-minute mark. Tunbury through next. Patterson will come through around the 5:15 mark, but impressive running Stella Haig to take out the women's E 1500 metres. Men's F 1500, next one up, and we have a full field of 17. Angus McAfee is in 1. Jesper Bignall, Glen Huntley 2. Aidan Marasco from Box Hill takes 3. Riley Shalito, Ballarat YCW in 4. Matthew Bergen from Mentone in 5. From Athletics Chilwell, Jack Ellis in 6. Lenny Gray from Athletics Essendon in 7. Gus Augustine Chilwell takes station 8. Christian Smallcombe from Box Hill in a 9. Angus Thomas, Wormstown 10. Jack Field, Ringwood 11. From Doncaster, we have Alfie Onley in 12. Mentones, Monty Tucker in 13. From Sandringham, Max Reeve in 14. Jaden Padgham, Bendigo Uni in 15. Ballarat Harriers, Oakley Burge in 16. And South Melbourne's James Gibbs takes station 17. Men's F, 1500, 17 starters.
There's a healthy number here with this one extra. Yeah, I'm waiting. Actually, try again. Left to right. Guys, can you do your cool down the other direction? You right? Yep. On your marks, stand up. Sorry. On your marks.
So as the mist descends here at Box Hill Athletic Track, we can see our men's F 1500 underway. Let's see if there's a pacer taking them out. It doesn't look like it. Yes, we do have a pacer. And big thanks to our pacers throughout the season who've assisted in so many of our races. They do a pretty awesome job sacrificing their night to get others through to personal bests. So the seed times here, 4:08 through to about 4:12. As we can see, Riley Shalito up there early. Also Jack Ellis. We're seeing one of the Sandringham runners coming through there. And that's Max Reeve in good position. Jesper Bignell deciding it's time to move. He doesn't want to get caught too far behind in this big field of 17. So Bignell, nice run around the outside to get into good position. But it's still Shalito and Alice, and Bignell, I believe, will be in that next position as they go through the 400 in around 64, so they're on 4-minute pace. So the pace are doing a good job, just settling them down. They're looking in nice stretched out order, which means pace is on, but so many of them are looking very comfortable in these early stages as they approach the 500-metre mark. So 1K to go. Our pacer did a great job of setting them up there. So they're sitting probably just over the 4-minute schedule at the moment. But that's personal best territory for so many of these runners. Shalito, Bignell to the outside of him. Alice in good position. Reeve on the rails, not too far behind. Oakley Burge also sitting nicely, just about 2-3 back. Monty Tucker, also Jack Field. Gee, so many of them sitting in good positions here. So this could be anyone's race. Not to say Shalito can't just keep forging forward with Bignell with him, but they go through 2:11, so dropped a little bit on that second lap. So you might find that if they want to keep the momentum going, someone will push forward. A lot of these guys would love to see a 3 as their first digit. A lot of juniors in this race. Let's see if we can get them close to that 4-minute mark. And we have seen a change. That could be Jack Ellis, I think, has gone forward. So probably listening to me out there. And Jack's thinking, I would love to go for a sub-4 here. And he charges forward. Will anyone go with him? So the Chilwell runner, rounding the bend. Hitting the K in 2:44. So this is brave at this stage, and we've seen a few of the runners been run down before. He's surging like it's the last lap, but absolutely going for it here. Sorry, that's Gus Augustine. My apologies. Alice is back in the field. So Augustine's the one who's made the big move. Shalito in next position. So Augustine out by 25 metres. Now the challenges are starting to come through. But Augustine really charging forward. Gus is coming in with a PB of around 4:08. Can we get him close to that 4-minute mark, and others as well, as the challenges are starting to mount here, and we've seen this so often that 200 out, this is where the moves come. But Augustine still leading the way. The Chilwell runner in the blue. He's out by 15 metres potentially. Now more moves are coming. So into the home straight they come. Augustine still leading it. And it could be Alice, his teammate, in next position. Time check 3:50 on the clock. This will be close. The legs are starting to get heavy. Alice is coming home strong. Also the Box Hill runner there. But Augustine right on the 4-minute mark. Alice will be in next. Marasco, big run from Marasco there. Berg also through. Shalito not too far behind. Then Bignall. Good run also from Reeve. To the outside there we have McAfee. And final one through, Smaller Combe, 4:16 thereabouts. A very high quality race. We'll be watching for the time there for Gus Augustine. Brave move. Will he be rewarded with a sub-4? We'll just have to wait and see. But he will be getting the St. Leia's sock pack. That's one reward for Gus for a very, very brave run.
My version of liquid's going to be chewing gum. What time's the juice on?
A couple minutes ago I smelled smoke.
I'm going to call this. We don't want a smoke alarm going off.
That should be number 1. No, we're going to move it. Move across, girls. Move across that way a little bit. A little bit further.
4:00.29. No, sorry.
Official winning time for Gus Augustine, 4:00.49. So just missing it, but good signs for Gus there. They will get that sub-4 soon. We now go to the women's D 1500, and a special race this is. There will be 12 young ladies chasing $100 in the second of our Dash for Cash races for the evening. Let's introduce our field. From Bendigo Harriers in Station 1, Malanky Hasbrook. Emily Saldana from Sandringham in 2. Grace Wells, Collingwood Harriers in 3. From Ringwood, Alicia Harmer in 4. Glen Huntley's Georgie Lindsay takes 5. Emily Davies is in 6. From South Coast, Laura Tomic in 7. Glen Huntley's Layla Bruce in 8. Alongside her teammate Serena Bryant in 9. From Ballarat YCW, Ava McGowan in 12. Tessa Davis and Waverley Malvern in 13. And Isla Jennings from Knox Athletics, Station 14.
On your marks.
So the Dash for Cash underway, $100 to the winner of this race. 4:50 through to about 4:55, 56 being our seed times. So we'll see them sitting around probably that 76, 77 opening lap in this 1500 metres. So once again, you can just see the mist sort of descending over Box Hill Athletic Track here. So that means that there is absolutely no wind. The breeze has disappeared totally, and great conditions for middle distance running as we see our women's D 1500 entering the home straight first time. $100 on the line, so there'll be a lot of willing runners here pushing that pace forward. I think McGowan's sitting in second position, and that is Hasbrook, modern pentathlete from Bendigo, leading the way. To the outside, you've got Jennings. Next one through there, Tessa Davis from Waverley Malvern. And then a little bit of a break to the pack. Now they're starting to settle. I said about 77, 78, and they're going to go through in around 73. So they're on 4:34, 4:35 pace at the moment. So the pace is willing. The young ladies really pushing that pace early here in this dash for cash. So no real change. If anything, the chasers may be starting to bridge the gap a little bit. The field's starting to come together. You can see the taller figure of Tomic from South Coast sitting towards the rear of the field, but Laura's been having a sensational season in the Masters ranks and plenty of experience in those leagues. And you'll see Laura really working this field through. But out front, no real change. I think that's Haasbrook still leading the way. You can tell McGowan, she's got the red shorts and blonde hair, so very easy to spot her. But Malunky, Haasbrook, looking good. The inside, you did have Isla Jennings. Davison's well positioned. Then Harmer, great run from Alicia at the last Milers Club. And also we have Georgie Lindsay moving well. Saldana in next position. And then Emily Davies. They're really starting to bunch it up now, and we can see a few of the runners getting a little bit antsy, I think, because it is starting to bunch in. So we might see a new change of lead as they go through 2:33 through the second 400. So that's about probably nearly an 80-second lap. So they did slow it down, hence why the field came together. And you are seeing Laura Tomic filling that void in the midfield there. The blonde hair just waving, the taller figure, and she's now into about 6th position and joining the leaders. Gee, it's still very well bunched, though, as they approach the 1 kilometre mark. So impressive running out front. A lot of the younger runners still taking up those lead positions. Some of the more experienced runners starting to come through a bit, including Tomic and also Harmer. So through the 1 kilometre mark, 3:15 on the clock. We're seeing some changes out front. So coming down, they'll be getting the bell now. Harmer takes the lead. So Alicia Harmer leads it. McGowan's still in there. Lindsay, Tomic, Davidson still up there. Bryant and also Bruce starting to come through. So even the rear of the field, Grace Wells from Collingwood, looks like she's got a little bit more to give here as they go through the 1200. Gee, this is one of the closest races of the night. The whole field's separated by no more than maybe 20 metres. But it is Alicia Harmer just showing a little bit of experience here. As I said, great run by Alicia at Lakeside in the one of the previous meets. And she is really moving beautifully down the back straight here. So Harmer's out by about 5 metres over McGowan. So coming in for 4:50 seed time, Alicia Harmer, it's 4:25 on the clock now. So this is going, gee, she's moving beautifully. She impressed the selectors at the last meet, and she's doing it again here this evening. And Alicia Harmer is just going crazy here. So 4:35 on the clock now. It's going to be a shade over the 4:40 mark, though. What an amazing run. So Alicia Harmer having a wonderful season. McGowan also, let's not forget about her. And it looks like it might be Lindsay coming through. So well under the 4:50 mark for probably 3 of them, nearly 4. Haasbrook in next position. Big finish there from Bruce. They've all come through pretty much together. That was probably the most bunched field of the whole night. But a great run, Alicia Harmer, once again at Milers Club, showing her great form in season 25-26. So Alicia will be taking the Saints Layers socks voucher, also the $100 for the dash for cash. Yep.
They've watched Pride of Jenny go round.
best is? E for Edward. Is there a hip number 1? No, he's not here though.
So next to it on the track, the men's E, 1500 metres. We are under starters orders.
Don't get jammed in.
I will. Let's introduce our field. So Harry Barker from Sandringham in 2, Ruben Howard, Glen Huntley 3, Angus Norman, Yarra Rangers 4, William Short from Glen Huntley in 5, Archie Hewitt from Mornington in 6, Joshua Kavanagh from South Australia takes 7, William Davies Mornington in 8, from Mentone Thomas Scott in 9, Wendouree Jacob Cheeseman in 10, Bevan Does from Frankston in 11, Max Luke from Collingwood Harriers 12, Ben Mornane from Eureka in 13, Mitchell Korosek Wendouree in 14, and from Eureka, Joshua Johnson in 15.
On your mark.
So underway now in the men's E. We're looking around the 4:05 mark for the leaders in this event. Let's just see how they settle. And I think once again you'll have a few of these young men charging out looking for that 64 or 63 second opening lap to try and set up a sub-4 attempt here at Box Hill in perfect conditions here this evening at Milers Club meet number 5. So Pacer getting them set out beautifully here. Easy to spot them in the wonderful orange of the St. Leia's top. And looks like Shorts put himself out there nice and early. Also our visitor from South Australia, Josh Johnson. Taller figure, his teammate Mornane sitting midfield at the moment. Looks like Doze is trying to get Archie Hewitt through to a big time here. So Archie's got his own personal pacer in this event this evening. But the pacer's got them through beautifully. I missed the 400 split, but they are moving along quite well. So let's see if we can keep that momentum. So the South Australian leading the way. And that's Joshua Kavanagh. 4:07's his seed time. So let's see if we can get a bit of a push on here from Josh. And if he can keep this field really moving. He's got Josh Johnson, so 2 Joshes out front at the moment. Short looking in good position. You can see the taller figure of Mornane. Cheeseman not far off the back of him. He also had a very big run at the last Milers Club meet. Feels like forever ago. It was early February. Norman sitting in good position, still trying to get over that hairdo, but Norman looking good, sort of, and in 4th position at the moment. Very tightly bunched field. The South Australian's going to take them through the first 800 on 2:09. So just slipping away slightly from the 4-minute schedule, but not far away. If we have a big kick down over the final 400, this could be another sub-4 race here. And just as you see or hear that, they really look good going down that back straight. The momentum is on here. The South Australian doing a great job of just keeping that pace surging forward throughout as they approach the 1 kilometre mark. So it's going to be just a shade over 240 going through the 1K here. Let's make it about a 243 potentially as they go through the 1K. Kavanagh leads. Johnson's there, Norman's there. Cheeseman's coming home strong. Short stuck in the middle. Now good move there from Maxi Luke. So Luke's now taken the lead with Johnson. Mornane's going wide. Cheeseman's in his slipstream. Angus Norman going to the outside and really moving 300 out. So Norman, the big move there. I reckon we're going to see the sub-4 here. Luke chasing. Mornane next in line. Johnson, I think, now finding it hard from that position. Cheeseman trying to go. He's alongside Johnson as they go into the final 200. Norman, Yarra Rangers, out by 2 metres. Max Luke, Ben Mornane, Josh Johnson, Jacob Cheeseman in that order as they come into the home straight. Norman What can he do? 3:46 on the clock now. So Norman and Mornane. Mornane's getting those big levers moving, but definitely Norman's got it. Mornane's coming to the outside. Oh, I'll wait for the photo. I think Mornane maybe just under the 4-minute mark there with most of the field. Oh, and unfortunately Hewitt's gone down. So Bevan's just going to get him up. So Archie, big effort. Let's get behind Archie Hewitt here. So great, one of our great AWD athletes. And Archie finally gets across the line there. We'll wait for the photo on that one. I'll get our chief officials here trying to work on it. Still waiting for official placings and time on that previous event. So thanks to our photo finish team. So Ben Mornane taking the win. 3:57.72. So win there to Ben Mornane in the previous event. So Mornane just taking it very close there. Took them a while to do the read, but Mornane just taking it over Angus Norman in the men's E 1500 metres.
What do you think of me, boy?
Thanks, runners. We're about to go. On your marks.
So the men's D 1500 underway now. We have 14 starters. Jack Larner, Glenn Huntley, John Portwood, Doncaster, Jared Sikorsky from Maccabi. From Melbourne University, Lachlan Sheen, Sean Ghost from Singapore. We also have Jacob Bell, KSB. From Mentone, Willem Duncan. We welcome from New South Wales, Timothy Barnett. Kane Hilkema from Glenn Huntley. From Old Scotch, Luke Bodle. Brandon Muscat, Western Athletics. Callan Goldsmith, Mornington. Oliver Lim, Singapore. And also from Shepparton, Jack Gospel. So our pacer, Benny Stevens, back out there again. So we're looking at around the 3:54 mark on the pacing here this evening. Gospel just sitting beautifully behind Stevens. Lana up there as well, Hilkema. Goldsmith in next position. Then we have Willem Duncan. And to the outside, you've got Luke Bodle. So the pacer's got them off to a good start here. So Stevens leading them through. Would expect probably about a 62, 63, maybe probably a 60. It's going to be around 60. So they're on very fast pace. They're on sub 350 pace at the moment. And Gospel, Lana, Hilkema, Davies sitting on that pace still. So now they're starting to spread the field out. So Ben Stevens getting them off to a fast start here in this D 1500. They're on sub 350 pace at the moment. Gospel's had an amazing year, the young man from Shepparton. Jack Lana, though, Victorian champion, and Jack's been running so well all season. This race is set up beautifully for him here this evening. He's got a 3:57 PB, and we'd like to see Lana improve on that this evening. Same as Gospel. He's a 3:57 runner as well. So Goldsmith sitting in that next position. John Portwood trying to make his way through. From KSB, you've also got Jacob Bell. He's sitting in the middle order there at the moment. So through the 800, approximately 2:04. So right on the 62s. So pace just dropped a little bit. So thanks to Ben, he's got them right on target time there for around the mid 350s. Now it's up to Gospel. Also Lana, really impressive from Hilkema here as well. So Kane's coming in. He's a 3:57 runner as well. And now we're just seeing a few moves as people trying to get in good position. I think that could be Portwood from Doncaster, just going wide at the moment. As you see, Gospel just coming off the bend, and it will be Portwood coming to the outside. So Gospel's done a lot of the leads since the pace of left them, and now we're seeing another move here, and that's the Mentone runner. And great running there, Duncan. So I don't know much about Duncan. Saw him in the last meet, and Duncan really on the improve here. Another one of our Mentone products. So 64, 65, so they've dropped a couple of seconds on that. Probably a 63 for that lap. Let's see who can kick down, though. Gospel starting to drift back through the field. And I think that is Lana now coming alongside Duncan. So this is exactly what Jack needs, side by side. A few other moves starting to come through. Hilkema's still in the picture as well. Goldsmith might be making his way through, but Lana now takes the lead. So clear space now for Jack Lana as he goes down the top bend last time. So 3:54 there is there about what he'd like. So 3:40 as they come in, 100 to go. It's probably going to be around the 55, 56 for mine as they come into this home straight. Let's see if they can prove me wrong. But Lana just picking it up once again. So 3:50 on the clock now. It is going to be around the 54 mark. Well done, Jack. He'll take that one out. Lana gets it. Great run from Duncan Zukovsky. Big finish from him. And the whole pack in just around that 4-minute mark. So some amazing running here this evening in that race. Jack Lana, what a star. Now we'll move straight to the women's C 1500 metres, and there will be, 11 starters. Lara Smythe from Frankston in 2. Paige Tuddenham, Ballarat YCW takes 3. Sophie McMinamy, Western Athletics in 4. Paula Hardeman, Athletics Essendon in 5. Her teammate Audrey Savage in 6. Kiralee Turver is in 7. From Yarra Rangers, Brigitte Rice in 10. Lenny Hartley, Sandringham 11. Eliza Ayres, Mentone 12. Madeline Sekias from Box Hill in 13. And Isabel Rhodes from Collingwood Harriers takes station 14. They're your starters in the women's C 1500 metres.
suggesting a number. I'm going to wait. Don't rush. Don't rush. Get it right. You're comfy with it. Thanks, runners. On your marks.
So underway, women's C 1500 metres. C times just over the 440, say 441 through to about 445. And my gut feel is we're going to have a few sub 440s in this race. Might be still a few juniors looking for qualifiers here. I think their cut-off is soon, but obviously for the Opens, cut-off already through. So settling down nicely. So pace out front looking good. Could be Tuddenham leading the way at the moment, the YCW runner. Tuddenham leads it. To the outside of her is Rhodes. Seeki's also up there. Turver sitting in good position. Rice not too far behind her. So once again, a fairly well bunched affair, this one. As they go through first 400, around the 72, 73 mark. So they're on about 430 pace. So this is being set up for a lot of sub 440. So especially that maybe first 8 or so in the field, certainly on target at the moment to get under 440. Tuddenham in the red shorts, YCW leading the way. Rhodes, quite a talent, the young Collingwood lady. She's one of the top seeds here at 441. Isabel Rhodes, one to watch out for. Madeline Sekius, also Box Hill, 443 runner. She is in the picture. Looks like Turver's sitting in that next position. She's got a 445 seed time. So we've seen good work from Kiralee Turver in previous seasons here, and she's done a good job of just making contact here. As Tuddenham still leads, but Seki's definitely to the outside there. Looks like she has some momentum. Rhodes is just going to sit in there. Rice, also Smythe. Next one on the track there is Hardiman. A little bit of a gap then to Hartley. So 227. Pace has gone off a little bit. But 4 out in front. Rice leading the next pack. So Tuddenham, Sekius, Rhodes, Turver. Looks like she's got the momentum just to edge alongside Isabel Rhodes, and she does just that round the top bend. Sekius is doing a good job of just tracking Tuddenham, who's done the work out front. So approaching the 1 kilometre mark. 3:07 through the K. So 3 minutes is 4:30 pace. So they're sitting around just on the 440, just under. And we're going to see a kick down now as they hit the bell. So Seki's looking comfortable. Tuddenham, Turver's moving nicely. McMenemy, Hartley, Rice, Hardiman, Smythe, Savage, Ayres in that order. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a kick down. Turver looking pretty good and looking pretty stable, but she's sitting in 3rd position with Tuddenham still leading as they go through the 1200 at 3:44. Tuddenham showing a lot of strength here for the front runner. For a young lady, she's doing a great job out front at the moment. So Tuddenham just starting to move forward here. So I'm a little bit surprised by this. I thought she might have been run down, but Paige Tuddenham really hitting that last 200 and looking strong. Turver trying to bridge the gap there to Sekius, and now we're seeing a few moves. I can't really spot them from this angle, but there's a few moves coming from behind as well. But gee, Paige Tuddenham, how impressive is this? Rounding the bend the last time. It's 4:16 on the clock. This is going to be touch and go for the sub 440, but I think she might be under. Let's get behind Paige because this has been an amazing run here from the young girl from YCW. Very strong front running. Paige is lifting that tempo. She can see the clock. It's going to be mid 430s. What a run. Paige Tuddenham. She'll take it in 436 thereabouts. Madeline comes through under the 440 mark. Next one through will be Hartley. Big run for Lenny. Turver in next, then Rhodes, McMinamy. Hardiman, Smythe locked together, then Savage, Rice and Ayres. A very entertaining women's C 1500. Paige Tuddenham, what a run. Oh, no, sorry, we're less than that. We're up to race 33. Still 8. So next event up will be the men's C 1500 metres. There will be 12 starters. Isaac Bonsi, we welcome back from Tasmania in 1. Archie Sidoritis from Glen Huntley in 2. From Diamond Valley, Caden Murray takes 3. Athletics Essendon's Jonathan Neathling. He's got a World Under-20 qualifier in the steeple, and he's running our C race here this evening, is Neathling from Essendon. From Melbourne University, Morgan Wagner in 5. Mentone, Sam Bunnage takes 6. From Williamstown, Finn Kane in 7. We welcome from Sri Lanka, Pradeep Osamasiri in Station 10. From Hong Kong, we have Mohammed Kamran Khan, Station 11. Jet Keeley from Knox in 12. Also from Knox, William Collins in 13. And from Glen Huntley, Tom McFarlane, Station 14.
Thanks, runners. On your mark.
So underway, looks like we do have a pacer in there, and they're just trying to make their way through the traffic. Neathling, I'd say, is the taller figure out front, just sitting now behind the pacer. So Jonathan, just let the pacer do their work and follow, because this pace, as you can see with the stretching out of the field, is already on. Sidorita's sitting nicely in about 4th on the track at the moment. Good to see a few internationals here. Hong Kong, Sri Lanka being a representative. We've also had Singaporeans here tonight as well, and the Tasmanians, of course. So Neathling going well. Collins in next position. Sidoritas. Then we have Bonsi. Next one on the track, Jet Keeley. Now Sri Lankan sitting towards the rear of the field at the moment. So 3:51 through to about 3:56 covers our seed times as they go through 58 seconds. So they are moving. So they're on sub 3:45 pace in our C race here this evening. That is moving. So you can see the races in Neathling and Collins. 500 metres there for a pacer, so very well done, setting them up beautifully for that sub 60 opening lap. As we see Neathling just looking so strong. As I said, Jonathan's already got the World Under-20 qualifier for the steeple. Been concentrating on that discipline, obviously, so still hasn't produced a big 1500 metres, and I'd say tonight is the night. So comes in with a 3:53 time, but I think Neathling definitely, and Collins, looking for a sub 3:50 here, if not well under. Sidoritas, Bonsi in next position, then Wagner, McFarlane, Bunnage to the outside, then Murray. So that chase bunch still moving along nicely as we see Neathling going through and 1:59 through the 800. So on sub 3:45 pace. Collins just feeling the pinch a little bit as they go down the back straight for the 3rd time. Now the chasers are starting to make a move. Looks like Bonsi just getting ahead of Sidoritas, and that pack staying together pretty well for the duration of this course. So now Niefling out by a few metres. Collins not dropping too much. Gap between Collins and the rest now out to about 40 metres. So approaching the 1 kilometre mark. 2:30 on the clock now, just over 2:30 for Niefling. So he's still on around that 3:45, 3:46 mark if Niefling can deliver that last 400 metres. Collins has not been dropped though. Will Collins still there? So 46 as they go through the bell. Collins still with him. Murray now takes the next move. Then you've got Bunnage, Wagner, Sidoritis. Looks like that was Khan in next position. So he's still extending that lead, but Collins hasn't been dropped. Will Collins running a big race. Good to see him back on the track and moving so well. Now we're seeing Bunnage and Murray have their own private battle. They're leaving Wagner behind here. Into the last 200 metres, the gap is closed. Collins still there. Niefling still leading. Let's get behind both of them because it's been a big run. And we're seeing the chasers really starting to bridge that gap. Bunnage and Murray really driving home strongly. Niefling still looks good as he comes into the home straight last time. He's got Collins right on his heels. Murray and Bunnage. It's Murray who takes the first move there. So Niefling, Collins, Murray is coming home like an absolute train down the outside. It's 3:46 on the clock now. Niefling will hang on. It'll be just on the 3:50. Murray through for second. Then Collins, Bunnage, Wagner. Next one through is Khan. Then Bonsi, McFarlane. Great run from Finn Kane. Then we've got Jet Keeley coming through. Good finish there from Somasiri. And Sidoritis will bring them home. But great running there. And at big times, a few sub 350s. Niefling so brave out there. Gee, Murray came home strong. He's probably 30 metres back as they hit the bell. What a last lap there. Great racing. What do you say? So 3:50.18 official winning time there. Jonathan Niefling taking out. So new personal best there, I believe, for Jonathan. Also Murray, I would say, big personal best for him as well. So women's B 1500 metre next on the track, 10 starters. Poppy Nivarovic from Deakin in 1. From New South Wales, we welcome Portia Salter in 4. From the ACT, Zoe Honeybrook takes 6. From Glen Huntley, Sadie Bird in 8. Chloe Grund from Knox in 9. From Box Hill, Sienna May in 11. We welcome from South Australia, Emily Wass in 12. Julie Fitt from Box Hill, 13. Asher Morrow from Mornington Peninsula, 14. And our Paralympian Annabelle Coleman from Olds of Arians takes station 15.
Got the okay. Thanks, runners. We're about to go. On your marks.
So underway now, the B race for women. As I said, featuring our Paralympian and medalist and world para champs, Annabelle Coleman. So pace is on early, but the very well grouped together as they settle. We'll identify our leaders as they come round into the home straight first time. Leading the way, Emily Wass, the South Australian. Nice move by Coleman to the outside of Fit. Grund just sitting back a little bit. A bit unusual for Chloe. She usually likes to get out hard and fast early. But it is Emily Wass coming through in the opening 400 in around 70 seconds.
Get tighter.
No real change out front at the moment. So was still on the inside there. Coleman just on the shoulder. See Niverovic in the Deacon uniform sitting closely in. Also Fit in good position. A few bodies coming together as Niverovic comes out. Honeybrook just to the outside there, sitting on the shoulder. Just to the outside of Fit, sitting on the shoulder of Coleman. So Annabelle coming in for PB of 4:31. And she's just starting to edge towards Was at the moment, who has, I think, a PB in the 4:20s. But now Coleman surges forward, so taking the field. That really opens the field up now. This is a good move by Annabelle. The gap now reaching out maybe 4 metres. Fit looking in good position in 3rd position. Honeybrook next. Now we're seeing the Glenn Huntley figure. I think that is Sadie Bird making her way through. But out front, Annabelle Coleman really stretching it out. This is one of the better runs we've seen from her for a little while. So 3:03, 3:04 maybe through that opening kilometre for Annabelle Coleman. She'll come down to get 1 lap to go. So on low 4:30s target at the moment. Good running here from Honeybrook. Bird also moving nicely. Was at the back of field. Niverovic. Now we're seeing a good move there for Portia Solder from New South Wales. Grund now chasing. But out front, the gap maybe starting to come in here. Zoe Honeybrook from the ACT just starting to bridge that gap as they go through 1200. The field is starting to spread. Was just off the back of Julie Fit, who's running very well, but she's Sadie Bird from Glenn Huntley also doing nicely in this last lap. Coleman still leads it. Honeybrook on the chase. Bird just hanging on. Now we're seeing Was just getting a new breath of life as she goes through 200 out. But out front, we might see a change of lead here. Annabelle's now under pressure. Zoe Honeybrook, ACT, coming around. 4:08 on the clock as they enter or approach the home straight. Honeybrook. Also, Was coming through very strongly in this closing stages here. Honeybrook has the lead into the home straight. Coleman hanging on. Was coming over the top, though. So big finish here. The two interstaters, ACT versus South Australia. Was really going for it. Honeybrook on the inside. I think Honeybrook will hold on for that one. Big finish, low 4:30s. Great running, Annabelle Coleman. Gee, so many of them under the 4:40 mark. Even Niverovic probably just got there. May just the wrong side. And last one through there, Asher Morrow. But gee, impressive running in that women's B 1500 metres. Lots and lots of sub 440s. I reckon a lot of PBs in this race. And it looks like I'd give that just to Zoe Honeybrook over Emily Wass. Very close finish.
Can you wear one of these orange tops?
Oh, they are small?
No, do the small is quite large.
Oh, the small's quite large.
Well, we did say, make sure you grab that.
You've got to take your gift home at the end of the night.
Oh, yeah, no, just
Sing a song.
Sing a song.
Yeah.
thank you.
I started singing with Crowded Leaves.
You've got to do a dance. It's the last milers, mate. The officials have to do a dance.
Last of the round done after tonight.
So I'll turn our attention back to the far side of the field, and we will introduce the field. Looks like a full field. It's a field of 18, I believe, in the men's B. 1,500 metres, Station 1. He was 8th in the New South Wales champs. He's got a 3:49 PB. Let's welcome to Box Hill from New South Wales, Alex Talbot. In 2, we have from Doncaster, one of the big improvers this year, Harry Maddox. Paddy Matthews, KSB, takes Station 3. Station 4, para bronze medalist, world para silver medalist, a Paralympian, and a 3:46 1,500 metre runner, Reese Langdon from Sandringham in 4. We welcome a big Box Hill and big Victorian Milers Club welcome to Joel Gomez from the USA. He is the 2025 world champion for the T13s over 1,500 metres. He has a best time of 3:45.75. A big welcome to Joel Gomez from the USA in 5. Alongside him, an absolute legend of Australian distance running. He's a 5-time Paralympian, 6-time world paras, 9 medals across those championships, including a gold in the marathon. From South Australia, a 3:45.63 PB, Michael Roger takes Station 6. From Western Australia, we have Kieran Tibbles take 7. In Station 8, the Lebanese record holder in 5 different disciplines. From Western Athletics, he's a 3:49 man, Said Al Said. Station 9, 4th in the New South Wales champs, we welcome Evan Robotham. In 10, we have the 8-time New Zealand 800 metre champ, world champs and Commonwealth Games representative is a 3:44 1,500 runner. In Station 10, Brad Mathis. Station 11, dual medalist at the World Paras from South Australia. He's got a 3:48 to his name. In Station 11, Angus Hinksman. Station 12 from Bendigo University, the former Victorian 5,000 metre champ, Matthew Buckle. From Great Britain, we welcome back to Milers Club in Station 13, James Hennigan. Station 14, bronze at the Aussie champs over 15 a few years ago. He's a 3:33 1,500 metre runner from Western Australia, Jesse Hunt. Station 16, on the improve this year from Knox, Bradley Hall. Station 17, we welcome from New Zealand. He was the New Zealand mile champ a few years ago. 2nd in the 1,500 this year for 3:43 to his name, Benjamin Wall in 17. From South Australia, Nicholas Blum takes 18. And in 19, from New South Wales, Max Russell. For a B race, this one is stacked.
Thanks, runners. On your marks.
So I don't believe there's any paces in this, but these guys know how to race. You've got some absolute talent here, and the pace will be on right from the start. A big field of 18, so a little bit of crowding. The front runners will probably try and make a little bit of a move out front just to get them moving and spread so there's no congestion as they make their way around the opening 200 metres. So I'll identify them as they come through. Mathis will be one to watch for. But gee, it was such a good spread of some of those para-athletes, including Langdon, who is leading. Mathis, I think, just off the back of him. Gomez sitting in there somewhere. We've also got Jesse Hunt to the outside in the on uniform, but it's Langdon leading the way. Mathis, Hunt, Hall up there early. Matthews and Talbot just content to sit at the rear, and that's where they need to be at the moment because Langdon's setting a reasonably good pace here as they go through. Probably not as quick as I expected. Probably 62 through the opening lap. Let's see if anyone wants to take it up here because they're drifting away from the 3:45 pace. Now, no doubt there'll be a big kick down, but I wouldn't be surprised if this lap someone decides to just take that pace up a little bit more. Langdon, as you said, he's got a 3:46 to his name. One of the faster runners in the pack, but now we see the move starting to take place. They're here for a good time because the conditions absolutely perfect here at Box Hill. There's no excuses. Let's see who wants to charge forward and take up the running. And it could be Gomez there from the US who's decided it's his turn out front. So the world champ in the T13s leads our race here at Box Hill tonight. Hunt to the outside. Would have been disappointed with his run in Adelaide. He's here to make amends for that, and Hunt moves clearly into second position. Great running at the moment from Harry Maddox. As I said, a big improver this year, and he's putting himself right into this B field, sitting third position. Mathis just to the outside of him. They're going through the 800 now, 2:05. Still not as quick as I'd like. Let's see if they can pick it up a little bit more. They're going to a long line out there, so the pace must be increasing. Gomez doing a great job of just lifting that tempo. Mathis sitting in about fourth position at the moment. Gomez still just doing the leading here in this B race. Hunt content to sit in second position. A little bit of a move into third position. It looks like it's one of the New South Wales runners coming into that spot. Hall still prominent. Maddox sitting nicely at the moment as well. Just drifting back a little bit as we see Buckle make a move. So that's Robotham moving himself forward. Hunt at the bell. So Buckle, gee, it's getting congested. They want to have to really get a move on here to get out of that congestion. Buckle making the big move here. He saw his comeback run at the Vic Chance where he got a medal. And now it's Buckle challenging Hunt out front. Mathis back into the picture as well. The 8-time New Zealand champion shows his form as he goes down the back straight and takes the lead. Robotham sitting in beautifully. He's looking probably for a World Under-20 qualifier here as well, but it's Mathis who's ripping the field apart. Can Hunt do anything about it in that last 100 metres? But it is Mathis leading them into the home straight. Mathis, Hunt, Robotham. Time check, it's 3:39 on the clock, so big run from Bad Mathis. He'll take out the B race here. Good run also from Robotham. Hunt will be content with second position. Coming through there, next position was Hinksman, a big run from him. Buckle comes through. Next one through was Talbot, just ahead of Roger. Then we have Blum and Matthews rounding out our field just under the 4-minute mark, but exciting racing there. Brad Mathis taking the win.
Danny, it's Rocket. Can you give us a please?
So winning time, 3:46.77. Brad Mathis in the B 1500 metres.
Women's A, yep. And we've got one D unit and a Bell Coleman. We're around earlier. Come on, Tim, do the intro. What time's it due? It's 9:11 and a half. Doesn't matter. From his point of view, let photo solve that.
We'll now introduce the field for the women's final of the Victorian Milers Club for 2025-26. Let's introduce our field. In Station 1, she already has World Under-20 qualifiers in the 1500 and the 3K. She was the Victorian Under-18 champion over 1500 metres and 3000 metres. In Station 1 with a best of 4:21.96, Mia Jade Gray, representing Glenn Huntley. Alongside her with a best of 4:29.16, Sienna Rowe from Athletics Essendon. Madison Caulfield takes Station 3, second in the Victorian Champs over 1500 and a 4:23.35 PB. Alongside her from Athletics Essendon, her teammate Matisse Lazzari, a 4:30 1500 metre runner. Aria Violini, the under-17 Victorian 1500 metre champion, Station 5 from Ballarat YCW with a best of 4:37. Alongside her, third in the Victorian under-20 championships from Box Hill with a PB of 4:26, Cushy Diol. In 7 from Doncaster, second in the under-16 Victorian champs with a best of 4:28, Chloe Baldock. Leanne Ellis, the under-20 Victorian 1500 and 3K champion from Western Athletics with a best of 4:26, takes Station 8. Next to her, she already has a World Under-20 qualifier. She's third on that qualifying list for the 1500 from Glen Huntly with a 4:18 best. We welcome Madison King. Station 10, the Victorian 5,000 metre champ from Coburg Harriers with 4:16 personal best, Stephanie Kelly. In 11 from Melbourne University for best of 4:26, Zoe Woods. Station 12, third at the Victorian Champs in the Opens with a best of 4:25 from Western Athletics, Janae McCrell. That is your field in the Women's A 1500, the Victorian Milers Club final.
On your marks.
So $2,000 of prize money on this race. $1,000 goes to first. And it's a willing start here. Who wants to take the lead? Who wants to go for that title here? Looks like Diol's got out to a very good start. And now we're just seeing them settle down slightly going through that opening 100. Now we've got a little bit of a bolter. Let's see who that is as they come around. We'll be watching for the likes of King. Also, Alice might be one to watch early. And who's leading? Could be potentially even. It might be Caulfield up there early as well. So she ran, no, I think it's McCrell actually. She does like to lead a race. So the Victorian champion from the year gone by, Janae McCrell, Western Athletics, she has led this field out. I'd say Baldock sitting in next position. You can see King just looming. Kelly on the rails. Alice just behind her with Woods. Then it is the two Essendon runners there in Caulfield and Lazari. Make that three because Sienna Rowe is right there with them. Mia J. Gray content to just sit at the rear of the field with Violini at the moment because the opening lap is going through quite nicely and quite quick. So first lap up approximately 69 seconds. So McCrell really putting the pace down. And we're seeing the field starting to settle nicely now. McCrell leads it, but they're really coming together now. You can see the taller figure of Kelly just sitting in fourth position. Make that fifth potentially. King just looming. She is one of the top seeds over the recent performances this season. So Madison King just moving along very nicely in the Glen Huntly colours. Caulfield taking the wide line there, but she's in good position. McCrell still dictating the pace out front. Baldock really in the picture here as well. Now we're seeing Gray just starting to make her move. She's just getting behind Alice. Rowe, Lazari, Diol, Violini in that order. So a bit of a change of lead here. Madison King leads it. Caulfield coming through now. Kelly showing her strength. 2:20 through the 800 metre mark. Caulfield stretching them out now. Now we'll see a little bit of damage down through the field as the pace goes on. Caulfield, King, Kelly. Be interested to see what Gray does. She does have a nice little kick home, so you can see Mia just making her way through the midfield at the moment, trying to maintain contact. Prize money goes to the first four competitors here. 1,000 for first. Madison Caulfield leads them through the 1K at 2:58, so they're on about 4:25 pace at the moment. As we said, King already has that qualifier at 4:18. So does Gray. Gray coming alongside McCrell and moving her way into the money positions here. But it's Caulfield leading. King, Kelly, then Gray, McCrell, Baldock. Now we're seeing Alice trying to make her way through. But through the 1200. Caulfield leading. Kelly looking strong, but look at Gray moving through the field. She's gone from 7th to 6th. Now she's in 4th. She's got King just ahead of her, who also has the under-20 world qualifier. 4 of them coming together, 200 out. This is absolutely on. They're the money positions, and a race in 4 it is as we go around the top bend. Kelly about to approach Caulfield. Kelly goes past and takes the lead. Gray still in the picture at the moment though. King to the outside. Gray's got to go very wide in the home straight here if she wants this win. Kelly dominating the inside lane there. King to the outside. Gray trying to pick it up. Looks like Caulfield's done, but it's King.
King launches, Gray to the outside, but it looks like King has the goods. Maddie King will take it. Mia Gray in second, Callie in third, a brave Caulfield then in fourth position. McCrell, Alice, Bulldog, big run from her. Rowe, Woods, Lazari, Violini and Diol. Great running, girls. What a final. Madison King takes home the bickies. $4:21.45 official winning time. Madison King from Glen Huntly taking out the final. The Milers Club 1,500 metres. Great running, Chloe.
Is Tim going to introduce you before it or not? On your marks.
Now underway in the final of the men's 1,500 metres. We have in Station 1, Tiernan Crawkin from Great Britain. He's a 3:37 1,500 metre runner. In 2 from Western Australia, Thomas Moorcroft, who holds a 3:42. From Collingwood Harriers, Luke Shaw. He's a 3:40.8 runner in Station 3. Mitchell Thompson, 3:47.29 from Wendouree in Station 6. Brady Ryan, 3:50.23. He was third in the Vic Under-20s. He's in 7. Evander Scott, the Victorian Open champion, 3:43 runner. He's in 8. 3:39.39 for Will Lewis. He's in 9. From Ballerine, we have Joshua Unfrank with a 3:45 and a World Under-20 qualifier in 10. His brother Jackson, his twin Jackson, a 3:46 runner, also a World Under-20 qualifier in 11. And Josh Carlin, second in the Vic Under-20s, a 3:51 runner. He takes 12. Opening 400 metres. Looks like Shaw's taken up the pace just on 60 seconds as they go through. So sitting on 3:45 pace. Lewis just sitting off the back of him. Looks like Crawkin might be in next position. So once again, $1,000 for the winner of this event. 500 goes to second.
That sounds like Simon, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not worried by it, but he didn't tell me. I organised that he was going to do it for me.
Sure, happy to just take the pace here. They're well bunched. You can see Brady Ryan sitting midfield. The Unfanked twins in good position. They'll all just be eyeing this off. It could be a little bit championship-like here rather than going for the big times. Most of the boys already have the qualifiers for the under-20s who are in this race. Moorcroft sitting to the outside there. Carlin just hanging on just behind the bald head of Mitch Thompson. So grouped well. So pace just coming off a little bit. 2:02 as I go through the 800 approximately. Lewis off the back of Shaw, who's led the whole way. Crawkin still in good position with Moorcroft, the Western Australian. Brady Ryan running a massive race here, just beautifully positioned right in the midfield there. He's got the Unfanked twins just chasing, then Thompson and Carlin in next positions. So approaching the 1 kilometre mark now, just over the 2:30 mark. So they're sitting on around 3:50 pace here, 2:34 approximately as they go through the 1K. Shaw, Lewis. Now we're seeing Evander Scott, the Victorian champion, come to the outside. He's got Moorcroft in his footsteps, and it looks like Evander Scott might want to take the lead from Shaw. Moorcroft going with them, and then you've got Joshua Unfang making a big move around the outside. Scott leads them through 1,200. Shaw in second. Moorcroft, then Lewis. Joshua Unfank, Crawkin starting to wind it up.
Brady Ryan's still in there. He's got Jackson Unthanked right with him. Gap then to Carlin and also Thompson. 200 out. This is anyone's race once again. There's more players in this one for those 4 spots on the podium with the prize. And it will be Evander Scott still leading as they come into the home straight, but Moorcroft is making a big move. Also Crauken, watch him come to the outside into the home straight here. Scott's on the inside, Moorcroft to the outside. Crauken's mounting a big challenge. Shaw's coming back into it. Evander Scott's trying to hold on. Crauken's coming over the top. Oh, once again, Crauken, Moorcroft, Scott. We'll wait for the photo. I think it's between Scott and Crauken. Moorcroft probably wedged in between them there. We'll wait for the photo finish on that one. Time totally irrelevant because it's placings here. $1,000 on the line for the first place. Top 3, oh so close.
Number 1. What was the winner? What number was the winner again? Number 1.
So winner of our VMC final over 1,500 metres in a time of 3:44.56. Hip number 1, Tiernan Crauken from Great Britain. Evander Scott second, Moorcroft in third.
Number 8.
Yeah. Yeah, so Crauken got it, but yeah, wasn't much in it. Yeah, it was
because he's tall and his shoulders gone.
It was a strong finish too, because they were off pace compared to the first race. Oh, so they've come home very strong.
I think that there was a bit of foxing going on there.
Yeah.
In that second lap.
Yeah. All right.
60, 63.
Yeah. 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 It wasn't quick.
Put a final on. It's a
Yeah. Well, racing for big money. So. Yep. Yep.
We think he's still here, but he's got to do the.
So if we could have Alan Ashmore back in position to do our crossover for the 800s. Alan, can you get back in position?
He's already over there.
So we'll now return to the 800 metre action after we've concluded our 1,500 metre finals. And we will be kicking off with our B race for the women.
I'm all tested, John. I've retested, so I'm happy back here.
I reckon.
So we're just getting in order, change of starter to come, or start position to come back to the 800 metre action. Now the B race, once again, a lot of interest in our B race. So these were non-qualified athletes for our final. And we are seeing fairly hot competition once again in the B. Let's go through our competitors. Lara Sakana from Essendon will take station 1. 2:13.64 her PB. We welcome into station 2 from New South Wales. She's got a world under 20 qualifier of 4:23.81 and a 2:07.74. Sarah Baker. The Victorian 800 metre champ lines up in station 3. Caitlin McQuilkin-Bell from Box Hill. She's got a 2:07.48 to her name.
fifth in the Victorian 1500 metre and a regular at Milers Club. In Station 4, we'll have Rachel O'Brien. Station 5, we welcome back to Milers Club from Collingwood Harriers. Former Australian record holder, still holds the Australian short track record over 800 metres. Personal best of 1:57.78. Our great delight to have back on the track Katrina Bissett. In Station 6, that was well deserved actually. So welcome back, Kat. In Station 6 from New South Wales, he was second in the New South Wales Champs. He has a best time of 2:05.87. This will be an interesting run from Ruby Madden. Station 7 from Eureka, we have a Lucy Jones. In 8, she ran 2:14 in the Vic Opens from Box Hill, a Lauren Tay. And our special guest pacer, fresh off a 53-second 400 on Sunday at High Velocity Club. We welcome back to Milers Club, Morgan Mitchell.
On your marks.
So Mitchell setting them off. We're looking at around 58 potentially for the opening lap. Kat ran a 2:02 recently, so she wants to put herself back in around that 2-minute area. So Morgan and Kat working well together. Be very interested to see Madden's run here and how she copes with this pace early. And Madden, the answer to that is she is coping quite well. So Madden sitting now in that second position on the track, third on the track, second in the field. Looks like Lucy Jones might be in that next position. So Lucy, the young Eureka runner, really going for it early. Or that could be a Baker as well. So there's a few highly credentialed athletes out there this evening in this 800 metre B race. So into the home straight they come. Let's get a lot of crowd support here, front straight and back straight. We've got the former Australian record holder who still is the Australian short track record holder as they're going through 59 high, and it is Madden still sitting there, Jones, McQuilkin, Bell, Fleming. Then we have Baker. Next one on the track will be Tay and then Sakana. Lara will certainly wind this up towards the rear end of this, but we've still got the pacer out there. Bissett. Also Madden. Not too much distance, but now we're seeing Bissett just starting to extend down the back straight. So Trina Bissett looking good. She's drawing alongside Morgan. Really well done, Morgan. Great pacing. And Bissett now into the final 200. Madden in next position. I think that could be McQuilkin Bell, the Vic champ, who's now starting to move into that next position. Sakana now just coming alongside Tay at the rear of the field. But into the home straight, Katrina Bissett. She really carved out her 800 metre running here at Milers Club early in her career. It's great to have her back. 1:55 on the clock now. Bissett's going for it. She is the Milers Club record holder. Great running, Cattle. Be in the 2:02s. Maybe tap onto 2:03. McQuilkin Bell just over Madden. Fleming in next position. Then Baker. Big run from Jones. Nice finish from Sakana and Tay. And that is our women's B800. Katrina Bissett taking the win from Caitlin McQuilkin Bell. So official winning time, 2:03.19 for Trina Bissett.
Grant Ross Venner.
Grant Ross Venner.
No, Gross
Venner.
Venner, yeah.
Grant Ross Venner.
Yeah, he ran 1:46.4 and
He's pretty handy.
yeah. And then the A race is Nathan Cumberbatch.
Okay, great.
He ran 1:45.
Give me a reminder a bit later.
Yeah, cool.
You've done well, thanks. JR?
He's in his orange top too. So.
Beautiful.
I think 52 they're going for.
52 in this race?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be first lap.
Yep.
You got
Okay.
Israeli national record holder?
Yes. So from the excitement of the women's B, we go to the men's B, and what a field it is. In Station 1, former Victorian champ, personal best of 1:47.04 from Sandringham, Hamish Donahue.
In 2, he's got a best of 150.14 from New South Wales, Harry Helene. In Station 3, we welcome the Singaporean national record holder for 149.94, Thurban Thana Rajan. Next to him, the Israeli under-20 record holder for 146.81, Noam Mamu. Station 5 from New South Wales with a 146.45, a 148.47 this year. Welcome back to Milers Club, Lachlan Raper. In Station 6, he's got a 149 to his name from Athletics Essendon, Dylan Egadawate. We welcome back from New South Wales to Milers Club. He's got a best of 150.15. In 7, Jade Kitching. Station 8 from Tasmania, he's got a best of 151.63, Gus Tomlinson-Smith. And in Station 9 from Glen Huntley with a best of 150.50, Matthew Goff. They're your starters in the men's B 800 metres.
On your marks.
So they're going to go through and around 52 our pacer. High quality field as we saw. A couple of national record holders, Victorian champions, and this pace is on. So our pacer setting up nicely. He's in the orange. JR did tell me his name and I've now forgotten it again. But he ran a 146 recently, so he's in good form and setting it up. Looks like Mamu's sitting in that position just behind him. Raper will be looking to get out fairly fast early. Grant Grosvenor is the man leading our pacing at the moment. So setting it up very well as they come into the home straight. Still not a breath of wind here at Box Hill, so conditions absolutely perfect for 800 metre runner. So Grant Grosvenor coming through. Mamu. Looks like Raper's right there. Egadawate, gap to Tomlinson-Smith. Now we're seeing Rajan, the Singaporean. He's at the rear of the field. Goff, he's got Donahue right next to him. But down the back straight they go. So the pace is still there. Setting it up beautifully. Group of 3. And Dylan Egadwade's put himself right out there with Raper and also Mamu. They're both 146 runners. So Dylan just trying to stick in there. Now we're seeing the runs come from behind as well. Geez, a big move coming there. Trying to identify them as they come through. But it's starting to happen out front. Mamu, the pace are gone. Mamu leading. Now the race is on. Mamu will lead it into the home straight here. And it looks like Raper's holding on for second. Big finish here. But Mamu, 148 thereabouts. Big finish from Helene, actually. Egadawade also around that 150 mark. Then Tomlinson-Smith. Next one through was Rajan. Donahue also through. But impressive running from Noam Mamu from Israel to take out the B 800 metres. Yep.
Any time, please, for that winner?
24 minutes to count. 148.35. 148.35.
So winning time in our B race, 148.35. 148.35. So we'll now go to the final, the Women's Milers Club final for 25-26. Our field of 8. And let's introduce the field before they come onto the track. In Station 1, she's got a best of 2:12.04, regular here at Milers Club from Mentone, Karen Hayter. In 2, already got a World Under-20 1500 qualifier, a best over 800 of 2:09.11 from Box Hill, Ali Brooks. Station 3, second in the Victorian champs. She's got a time of 2:08.33 from Wellington Athletics, Ali Fleming. In Station 4, the former Victorian Open champ with the best of 2:07.45. Lucy Delbridge. Station 5, 207.27 to a name from Mornington Peninsula, also has the World Under-20 qualifier, Declan Tanner. In Station 6, we welcome her back from South Australia. She was second in their championships. Fairly regular over here at Milers Club with best of 207.77, Victoria Chalsh. Station 7, the breakthrough year with a 210.21, representing the VCCL. Welcome to the final, Meg Dean. And in Station 8, with a best of 211.45 from Casey Caninia, Brianna Sherry. They're your 8 starters of the women's final.
On your marks.
So Delbridge, Tanner, Fleming in the middle lanes, moving well early. Hayter from Mentone wants a good position as they approach the crossover. But for mine, I think Tanner might start to lead forward. Delbridge on the chase. Hayter in good position. Good to see Brooks also now chasing that 2:09 time for the World Under-20 qualifier. I know there's a real log jam of qualifiers, but it's good that these girls are using these opportunities. Remember, any Under-20 qualifiers run here at Milers Club in the new distance will be getting their $500. But this race is worth $1,000 for the winner. And it's Tanner, Delbridge. Chalsh looks like she's prominent early as well. And it is Cole sitting in that second position, wedged between Tanner, Delbridge, Hayter, Sherry next. Now we're seeing Brooks really make the running. Dean's in good position alongside Fleming. Sherry just in front of them, but out front, Tanner, the pace just coming off a bit. That's allowing Delbridge to come right into it. Chalsh going by Declan Tanner's side. And now we're seeing Ali Brooks move into a very good position. Chalsh has gone for it down the back straight. So Victorian Chalsh from South Australia leads it. Watch out for Brooks coming home strong, but also Delbridge, definitely one to watch from Collingwood Harriers. Tanner back into it as well. Race in 4, and that's where the money is. Delbridge takes the lead from Chalsh. She's still in second, but Tanner is challenging. Brooks in 4th position and moving well. Into the home straight they come though, and Lucy Delbridge looks like she might have this one. She'll be looking for that qualifier once again over the 800 metres, and it is 1:52 as they come into the home straight. So Delbridge leads. Chalsh back in the picture. 500 for second. Don't forget about that. But Tanner looks like she might be on the move here. Brooks coming home strong, but it will be a win. 2:05 thereabouts. Tanner, Chalsh, Ali Brooks round out the money winners. Great run from Dean once again, just behind Fleming. Then we'll have Hayter and also Sherry to complete our A800 for women. But a good win there. Lucy Delbridge, Collingwood Harriers, takes the win and the $1,000 in our open final over 800 metres. 2:06.04 winning time there, Lucy Delbridge. New personal best for Lucy over 800 metres. Well done, Victoria. Good running. Oh, we're a bit ahead, aren't we? We'll do good intros then.
What's the best? 1,000 on a PB, you get the PB. Declan Tanner ran 2:07.54. Yeah. So Declan Tanner 2:07.54.
Just the outside?
Simon will put you into a lane. Where do you want your pacer? You're going to raid our bank account? So approach event number 41 of 41. The
Let's do a bit of an intro to our field before they come on to the track. Very much excitement about this race. It is the final of the men's Milers Club 800s for 25-26. In Station 1, he's got a best of 149.82, representing St Kevin's, Tom Forster. In Station 2, the Victorian Under-18 champion with a best of 151.20, representing Athletics Nunawading, Oscar Wright. Station 3, we welcome back from South Australia with a best of 150.71, Thomas Kemp. Station 4, the Victorian champion over 800 metres, a best of 149.10, representing St Kevin's, Alex Hannigan. Station 5, he holds the Victorian Milers Club record. He now has a best of 144.27. A man on the move, representing St Kevin's in their beautiful red uniform, Bob Abdul-Rahim. Station 6, fourth at the Vic Champs. He's got a best of 150.17. He'd love to have a 140 something. Let's welcome in Station 6, Lucas Sidoritis from Glen Huntly. In Station 8, representing Athletics Southwest, is the Victorian Under-20 champion with a best of 151.73. William Callahan.
On your marks.
So our pacer is going to get them out nicely. Bob's looking at a time around that 144 again. Gee, the conditions are good here. It is absolutely still. The pace has gone out relatively hard. He'll just need to settle to maintain contact. And you can see Forster being very willing to. He's just right on the back of Abdul-Rahim as they start to settle. The pace has still got a few metres up, and now Bob just starts to move his way forward. So he's got the Milers Club record around the 146 mark. So can he go better than that tonight and earn himself another $2,000 on top of the $1,000 on offer for this race this evening? So the pacer still has a little bit of clear space over Abdul-Rahim. Forster in next position still. Then we have Hannigan, Sidoritis, Wright, Kemp, Thomas Callahan. So they're moving nicely. Not sure if the record will go tonight. Forster's going very, very well. Sidoritis in great position right off the back of the Vic champ there in Hannigan. A lot will happen over this final 300 metres though, and Abdul-Rahim just seems to be getting into position now. He's got a 144 to his name. 146 is that Milers Club record. What can he do tonight? Now we're seeing Hannigan just getting past Forster. Sidoritis still in the picture here, top four to get the prize money, remember, and Abdul-Rahim leads the way round the top bend last time. So get the support going infield and outfield here as Bob comes into the home straight. 1:33 on the clock now. I can't see the 44, but we might see around that 46 and a challenge for that Milers Club record. The time ticks over. Abdul-Rahman's going legless. He's pushing. 1:45 will get the new record. Hannigan, big run from him. Forster, very impressive. Sidoritis. Then we have, looks like that was Thomas coming through. Wright and Callahan. So it looks like a new record. We'll wait for official times because the hand timing's been a little bit out on that. But Forster, big, big run. World Under-20 qualifier potentially there. So with Sidoritis, we're waiting on the call on time here. 1:46.08, official winning time, still a new Victorian Milers Club record. So once again, Bob cleans up at Milers Club. What position was Rocket? We have the first four times. Yeah, first four times. Who was second? Second was Alex.
First four times.
Yeah, second. So we'll try and get the top four times here because we're just waiting to see if Luca might have slipped in under that World Under-20 qualifier. So Alex Hannigan second. What's his PB? So 147.50 for Hannigan in second position. 148.49 for 4-star. 149.42. Sideritis has the under 20 qualifier. So they're our top four.
Thanks for that.
So great racing in our A race. Few PBs and